Good evening, everyone. Hopefully, everybody's having a good evening. Give it a couple seconds, and then we will do some fun stuff like yak about random crap and look at stupid Facebook things. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Week has been treating everybody well. It's been a long week, but a good week for me. I'll probably be graced by at least one dog here in the very near future. Is there anything anybody would like to talk about before we go into Facebook shenanigans? What's happening, Tom? How's everything going? How is the new job treating you? Hope all is well. Link is pinned. Anyone who'd like to jump in can do so. You are not required to. It's always nice to have somebody in the old chat with me. Hey, Mofo Driver, what's happening? Oh my God, we've been pickled. Holy crap, we've got a pickle. Mofo, thank you for jumping in. And Pickle, nice to have you in the land of living there, Pickle. Hopefully everything is going well up there in Canada land. Tom's new gig he's tired, but he's not going bad. That's awesome. Hey, Turbo Tom. Hi, all. Rough day, 2022 RAM, 1500 with PO26C. That means it doesn't feel good. OBD2 code. Well, come on, Fee. Fiona's still kicking. Until she's ready, she's here. So, just going to treat her like that. She's still, you'd never know there's anything wrong with her, but she's definitely slowing down. But until she's ready, she's here. So, yeah, indeed. Holy shit, we have been pickled. Just packing up, getting ready to head back home in a few weeks, April 24th. Oh, hey, you actually finally told us a date. Congratulations, Pickle. You're returning to land of Newfoundland. Back to land of large dogs and Canadians, and, well, more Canadians. Specific island-based Canadians. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I did get them. I have them in my box in a little bit. I went yesterday. They're in my car. I will bring them out and do a video on them tomorrow. I wasn't sure who sent them to me. Did you get yours? If you didn't, let me know, because I have had so much trouble sending stickers around. But I'm sorry I didn't check my box lately. But I did go yesterday. I had some other stuff I had to send out, and I will be doing a video tomorrow. Thank you very much for the stickers, my friend. You're fine, Feet. You're just fine. No, I did not. Unfortunately, that's been an issue for me. I don't know why, but like half the stickers I've sent have been lost or destroyed, or the envelopes get to people and the stickers aren't them. So I will make sure to get stickers to you this week. I do apologize for that. No, I do. It's not a problem, but I if someone sends me something, I like to send something back. So, what's happening, Slimo? United Nations live chat. Well, no, but you are the correspondent for NGG News, which means Dan will probably be in here shortly. That is NGG News' Australian correspondent, Slimo. Somebody decides they want to buy something from me on Marketplace as we're talking right now. So I will respond and get them out of my face, and then we can move along with the stupidity. Everybody's saying hi. That's awesome. So yeah, we got a couple options. We can either look at Marketplace tonight, or you can watch me assemble a desk. It's up to you. So much fun watching me do stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. Thank you, Feet. My feet. Like I said, she'll be here till she's not, and when it's time, we'll take care of it. The boy's right over here, right out of camera distance. So. Oh, thank you, Feet. Thank you so much. Yeah, she still likes to use me as a climbing apparatus. So yeah, nothing like a she. They're still strong even when they're tired. So yeah, so we can either do Facebook Marketplace, or you can watch me assemble flat pack desk for work and slash video editing. I need some place to actually do this stuff, and the kitchen table is not the right place to be doing stupid things like work. You're fine, you goober. You're still fine. Jump back in. Hey, there's Tom and Pickle and Dan and Slimo Turbo Tom. Slimo, yep. Yeah, a little bit everybody. Mofo, this is a side question, but a member of your Facebook group, you can't post or comment in your Facebook group. Is that something specific, or is it because I've just never run into that before? I wasn't sure if that was something on my end, or if that was how your Facebook page was set up for your group. You're fine, fetus. Well, Dan's probably here in the background, in the shadows. Minnesota Batman doesn't have the same ring to it as Southern Batman, but you guys are fine. This is not going to be the petting dog show. I say that as I'm going to be petting them anyway because it's just force habit. It could just be on my end. I don't know. It's the only channel I can't comment or anything on. I can like your stuff, but I can't comment. Weird. I don't know. I might have made the mistake of setting up my Facebook page is like, it's not a business, but it's not a personal page. So maybe that's the 6% Facebook group is. I don't know. Again, it could be on my end, but it's the only one that I have run across that's like that for me. Lay down, Max. He just fell down on the couch. Now he's getting up because he feels like he's an idiot and he wants to walk away from the general vicinity where he was. So, fun with dogs. How you doing, Pete? So, hey, Pickle, so are you transferring jobs? Is it any of that stuff? Do you want to talk about any of that crap? It's nice to have you in here because I never talk to you anymore, man. We talked all the time, and you've been a busy dill, as they say. Stop, you're fine. I think we will crank on over since nobody sounded interested in watching me assemble stupid stuff. We won't do that. So I'm going to share the screen from the, basically crack for hot rodders. Facebook Marketplace. Oh, good Lord, we've been Dougstered. What's happening, Dougster? Hope the night's treating you well. Yeah, that's okay. That's pins. So we're all good on that end. Oh, it says commenting is turned off. Okay, yeah, it's the first page I've ever seen it on. So that makes me feel better. It's not something on my end. So yes, all hail the Dougster or Mr. Hastings Pistons Rings #1 fan. Max, would you get up here? I know you feel like a putz because you fell on the couch, then got off the couch, but you're fine. Good Lord, we've actually had a sustained pickle sighting for more than 2 minutes. I am quite surprised. Yes, all hail the Canadian dill, the pickle. Is there anything anybody'd like me to look up on Facebook? It was a beautiful afternoon. I'm south of Michigan. It was 71. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Pete. It was probably about that here, and it's not that bad right now. Check the weather on my telephonic interruptus here. It's 55. It was 66 here today. Don't need to know what the weather's like in Naples. So is there anything? It was fantastic. Last year has been extremely nice. And there's a parade that I might try to go to for St. Patrick's Day this Saturday, but I don't know if I'm physically going to be able to do it. I don't know if I can spend that much time in a car without being able to move, but I'll look into it a little more. Should be interesting. So, is there any random crap you guys would like me to look up on the old Facebook, car-wise? Ooh, no, that's four-door Cherokee. Let's see. Take a look at it. These are fun. Ooh. Hey, looks like you get a giant pit bull with this car. Need to sell, make space in my barn. Doesn't currently run. I'm not interested in fixing it. Wouldn't make a great parts car. That means it's rotted. Or, yeah. Just under 200,000 miles. It's clean. Needs shampooing, but I mean, overall, that's clean for Michigan. Oh, hey, look, the subframe rails on the unibody are not a unit anymore. They are separate. They're divorced. Yikes. Okay, so that would be a no. I don't need one that bad. Okay, oh, sorry. Here we go. Can you look up how to get my taste and smell back and health back? Because that would be great. I don't think that's going to be on Marketplace. You got COVID again? I didn't know you had COVID the first time. Every year it's on St. Patty's Day. I transform just for one day to patio furniture. Yeah, it's real funny, but I'm Irish every day, so this whole, I feel downtrodden. On one day a year, everybody pretends to be Irish and drunk. We're not just drunks. I mean, it's a characteristic and all, but we're not just drunk. So I guess I'll do the breaking news since NGG might be ill. NGG News Network apparently has COVID. News at 8:15 my time. Could happen. We could get an update. You never know. So what do we got? Oh, there's a big fugly wagon. Come grab this vintage beauty and have a blast this summer. She runs and drives pretty good for the age. Nice tailgate door swing. It's where the tailgate swings down like a tailgate or open like a hatch door. Need some TLC, most notably a gas tank. As anything over a quarter tank leaks, Amazon has them for $150 on Prime. Yeah, that's great, but it's not that simple, but that's cool. Some dense paint patina and some cosmetic issues. Clean green Michigan title and my name, 25 or best. Only trade would be for Harley. I don't know if you're going to want a $2,500 Harley, but that's just me. I like how he took the photos vertically so you can't see the entire car when the car is the size of a whale. It's pretty bad. Not horrible, but not great. I don't know if that carpet's brown or just stained to the point where it'll never be anything but brown. Oh, what's happening there, Southern Batman?
What is going on?
Looking at stupid things I don't need to buy, but probably will anyway.
Cool.
Dougster likes the wagons. New Guys Garage. Yeah, the COVID Chronicles. That could be their new special report series on NGG News. It looks like the Danner has the COVID. What's happening, Jim? Yeah, we actually have Pickle. We actually have a Pickle in the chat.
My God in heaven, he's not even a myth anymore. He's actually real.
Yeah, it happens on occasion. Yeah, mother-in-law seat. Yeah, it has the backwards hurt your head seat. You can wave at all the people behind you and flick boogers on their car. New Guys Garage, breaking news. Yes, I have been literally bedridden for 4 days now, aside from the horrible 8 hours at work. I have done nothing but not die since Saturday. Well, I hope you feel better. I'm hoping you're also being overly dramatic, but that sucks. The one time I had COVID, I didn't even know it and wouldn't have even had it checked because I thought I had a sinus infection, but my friends were all very sick, which surprised me because of my compromised immune system. I thought it would whoop my ass, and it didn't, surprisingly, which is good. Slimo, hey, 6% bluegrass has Irish roots, so you have to love it. No, I don't. No, I don't. But thanks for playing. My God, we have a sighting of the world's luckiest man. It's Unfinished Projects. What's happening there, Mr. Unfinished Projects? This man wins if there's a contest, he will win something. That's a guarantee. Everything I've ever seen, there's contests from anybody's page, he wins it or something in it. So what's going on down there in the south there, my friend?
Nothing, just beautiful weather.
Yeah, it was almost 70 here today. It was like very, very nice. It's very nice.
75 here today. It's going to be about 80 tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, it's going to be rainy as hell tomorrow here, and then it's going to snow on Monday. So it's Michigan. It's, hey, we're happy. Oh, shit. It confuses the bugs. They come out early, and they hang around for a while, and they die, and then they come back again. My Olds custom cruiser had the 307 Olds engine out. OT was fun. Was looking for Olds 455 for it. Had a Delta 88 pace car, fiberglass hood for the wagon. Never installed it though. Well, do you still have the car, or is it Gonski? Near Dougster. Yeah, this looks like a nice southern off-roading vehicle here.
Yeah.
When you can barely see the tire in the photo.
Yeah, it's missing the front bumper, so it already qualifies.
Yeah, well, they did that because the tires won't turn.
Yeah.
They didn't, hog out the wheel wells or put enough lift for the tire. 93
Yeah.
F350 lifted 12 inches, 16 inches of lift, and it still didn't. Yeah, okay. 7.3 IDI diesel, so it's the older kind of slow motor. We'll trade for anything cool, just no projects. Well, I'm out then. Whoa, that's a good lord. That's a humongous truck.
Yes, it is.
Oh God, he's got Michelin's on it. Those are the Michelin military tires. Those things ride like ass. They're not meant for even that. In terms of those tires, that's a light duty car. That thing is going to ride like a buckboard. It'll ride like absolute shit. They're designed for 10 ton trucks. They're not designed for F350s.
Yeah, I rode on a set of them before. That they didn't impress me any.
No, they're not meant. They're not car tires. They're not meant to be non-normal crap. They are stupid expensive though. They're like $1,000 a tire new. Oh, Lon Gonski. Oh, Sansui. The country, the TV maker. I think they made pots and pans too. I'm not sure though. Did make good money on the hood though. Some guy drove from Cincinnati early 2000. Did he bring chili with him? Because that's the only thing that comes from Cincinnati that's any good is the chili. Nope, no sarcasm this time around. It was not this bad first time around, but the second time has been just. Well, I'm very sorry, man. I don't like the fact you're not feeling good. Hopefully, you're on the right end of it. All I know is that it wasn't bad for me, but I've never really fully regained my sense of smell. It comes and goes, or I can only smell horrible shit.
Yeah, I had it. I was out of commission for about 6 days.
Yeah, I was very surprised. It was extremely mild for me. I'm very happy because it with everything going on with my body, I think I got lucky on that one.
Yeah, I got it in a hotel room in Georgia, and I had to drive 6 hours home. I don't remember the trip.
Oh yeah, that would suck. That would definitely suck. Would you like a samurai, sir? Ooh, 10 top. I might be the only person in here who actually likes these things, but that's cool. Ooh, it comes with the engine in the back.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, I think that means it needs to be installed, but Ooh, tons of extra parts, or he never finished the project.
He never finished.
Yeah, hauled it to Michigan from Colorado. Considered thinning out the herd. Hates to sell at 2,500. They are getting hard to find. There's no getting around that. They are getting hard to find.
Yeah.
You guys, are you going to work still? Sorry. Oh, I might be missing something here. Sorry. Tom's talking to Dan. So New Guys Garage New Guys start talking to New Guys Garage. Sometimes it's too many new guys. My last bout of Rona was Breathing was unbearably bad. Thank God for Mucinex. Okay. Hey, Pickle's on extreme delay, but he did finally say hi there, DNS.
Hey, Pickle.
So, there's an automatic delay on this at like 5 seconds. Pickle's delayed about 10 minutes, but he's still here. Simon said my neighbors thought they heard a Scottish drum and pipe band. It was my Sansui. Sansui. They offered the COVID to me, but I respectfully declined. Too busy to play that game. It wasn't like they offered it to me. It was just sort of like I got it. I don't think you normally have an option, get it or not.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Oh shit! At this point, it's like, unfortunately, it's like cold. It ain't going anywhere. Anything you'd like me to look for there, my friend?
Just keep scrolling through. We'll see what we can find here.
Would you like a bus?
No.
Oh, come on. Ohio Custom made the Lee Greenwood Sleeps 8 interior is decent. 8 V92 Detroit Allison diesel, or the Detroit diesel Allison transmission.
I'll take the 8V92. The
There you go.
rest of the bus, not so much.
Look, it's a receipt that is from 1985. It's $100,000 in 1985.
What's that today? Like 400,000?
Unfortunately, yeah, more than likely. The rate everything has gone wacko. Come on, you like big stuff. That'd be a good no-name Nationals car. You drag that down the drag strip.
Yeah.
You couldn't even turn into the drag strip where it's at there to get on the. You'd have to go to the end of the staging lane, come back, and then go forward again.
No, but that two-stroker would sound good going down the track.
Yeah, and I think most people could run faster than it getting to speed. Oh, yeah, there we go. Tour bus. You guys' guitar needs a tour bus. Well, yeah, Tom, calling in is not an option. Mom would literally kill me before the COVID does that. Bills won't all allow that either. I don't know why his mom would kill him if he called in to work. He doesn't work for his mom, but since he was my second favorite stereo brand, Pioneer's King, there you go. Find a Tiffin RV. I'll search for that. Tiffin RV. Oh, well, apparently we have a shitload of Tiffin RVs. Is there anything specific you'd like to look at? What's happening there, Cousin Mike, that landed from Landis Custom Cars? Or Landis Custom Classics. Good Lord, I can't say his name right. Yep. Yes, guitar. Two-stroke Detroit sound amazing and high throttle. Don't know if I've ever actually paid attention, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there used to be a blue million of them things on the road. Then all of a sudden, it was just like overnight gone.
Doesn't really surprise me with the way everything's gone. But
yeah, they're not very emissions friendly.
No, nothing is really. At the end of the day, anything specific? Oh, there's a Firebird in with the Tiffins. I don't know why it's doing this light bright thing. Apparently, I'm not allowed to look at that.
It's forbidden.
Mm-hmm. Look for a set of Innovated steel rims, 5 on 4.5 volt pattern. I can do that. Assuming this decides to start working, rather than just the weird screen of doom here. Let's go back. Oh, hey, there's a Chevy Aveo in with the Tiffins. Oh, flashy screen of death. Okay.
Apparently, it's forbidden as well.
Yeah, apparently. It's for Bolton. You are currently offline. That's interesting. How am I still online then? Are we still online?
Yes, we are. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Are we having any problems, guys? Can anybody hear us? Hey, you never met our mother. Trust me, I could get paralyzed from the neck down and she would just get over it. Well, that's great, but you're an adult. Do you have to call her first and then call work? Can't reach this page. Okay, well, that's cute. Okay. Well, apparently Facebook has crashed.
Uh,
That's cute.
Russia's messing with your live stream. How dare they?
Apparently. No, you're giving them too much credit. It's a Zuckerberg still seeing you. Good. Okay, so we're still on apparently. All good here. Okay. Apparently, Facebook has faced its book. So, well, now it's
Well,
sort of.
it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, that 10 minutes of random was yeah. Yeah, pull over Facebook. You're drunk. Yeah, I would have to agree. I'm gonna stop sharing the screen and go back to it in a minute if it ever decides to work again. Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of people that we don't have in here normally, including Pickle.
Well, Pickle lose his job.
He's moving home from what he was. Well, excuse me. I think he's packing to move home.
Uh,
Which for Pickle, I think that does take. He said he's leaving into April. Which for Pickle, I don't doubt it probably takes. If his response to questions on here, it probably takes him 3 to 4 months to pack. So there goes the moments away from the sweet set of steelies. Well, you might be if Facebook ever decides to work.
I don't see where he's got that much stuff to pack. I figure he'd do like what he did last time, just set everything on fire and drive away.
I think you can't do this set everything on fire in the big city thing though. I think there's more rules. I
Well,
don't
if you
doubt he'll.
get,
At least he doesn't tell
yeah,
the dog. He can't set the dog on fire.
yeah, but he's not coming back. So
That is true, and it's not like he's. They're going. It's a long way to extradite him for vandalism and fire. Arson, and he's got a long way to go. It's
yeah,
a Mike Landon. Simo likes your bird. Oh, nice. So he's got a video dropping. What's happening, Dutch Guy's Garage? Oh, and he laughed quickly, so he must be sort of listening. Yes. So apparently, Facebook has shit the bed, as they say. So I will check that in a little bit. I'll check it on my telephonic interruptus here and see if it's shit the bed on here as well. So how's the scrapping business going?
it's slowed down pretty good, but we keep hearing that. I think they said that the forecast is showing it to start picking up again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep. It's almost time for me to put the Comanche back on the road, probably in April. So I need to know the inside news on scrap prices because it is loaded with shit right now.
Yeah, they got me. They got me picking up some stuff, but nowhere near what I was up to like about 2 weeks ago. Um, I picked up. Let's see. I picked up a load of motors and transmissions yesterday. I got to pick up another load in the morning, and I got to go. Let's see. What is it? Friday. I got to go pick up a trailer load of compressor cores.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's. I was doing, what was it? 60 between 60 and 65 hours a week. And I mean, as soon as my break was up, I had to jump in the truck and go to make anything work right.
No.
Yeah, a lot of these places you get there, you got there at 8 o'clock, it might be 10 o'clock or 11 before they even start loading you.
So you're kind of stuck you're at the whim of whoever's unloading your vehicle, pretty much.
Yeah, you get there, you got other people who might sell to them. You got them showing up. maybe like some of the smaller scrap yards, and then they're unloading them. They're unloading their own trucks. They're loading their own trucks too. One place I was picking up aluminum, they had a contract. They were taking a lot of cast steel to a steel mill up in Ohio.
Okay.
So they were busy as all get out with that. There's always other problems, traffic jams, crane breaks down.
Yeah, you got a lot of things kind of going against you, just running around. You don't have a dump trailer, I'm assuming.
No, I got what they call a high side. It sort of looks like it looks like almost like a container, shipping container almost. Um, it's got a permanently mounted frame to it. It's reinforced. It's got I got a what is it? I got a piece of I think it's like 1 inch. No, it's not 1 inch. I think it's half-inch or 3/4 inch steel pipe welded in the back of it next to the gate for reinforcement. And it's got a piece of ship's anchor chain that runs from one bedside to the other to keep the trailer intact.
Uh, yeah, because you said that they just pound the other crap out of the trailers pretty much.
Oh yeah, they were loading me with rebar on a demo job last week, and it sounded like something exploded. They
Nice.
just pick up they just pick up a great big wad of it and just get it over the trailer and just let it go. They
Yeah, I
have
was
no
just saying.
way. Well,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
man. Oh, I was just going to read. Dutch is saying he got offered a Pontiac G6 for his 13-second Aspen. Yeah, I wouldn't do that trade. G6s are cool and all, but that's a little much.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're frying Slimo's brain because he's trying to watch two things at once. Something called Barnwood Builders is on TV.
But yeah, it's been that demolition job is it's that's been a different experience. There's a severe language barrier, and nobody really has a concept on when to stop loading the trailer.
Yeah.
I left there. Um, every curve that I hit going back home, if the speed limit sign said 35, I'd have to do like 20 or 25. The trailer would start leaning that bad. Um,
Wow.
really didn't want to pull it. And I get to where I get unloaded at and pulled up on the scale. And things made sense then because I pulled up on the scale and I was 97,000 pounds.
What's your normal?
Legal limit's 80.
Aha. Okay. Just a wee bit overloaded.
Yeah, they did better the next day. I was only 96,000.
Jeez. Yeah, I want to finish just saying I almost always better to try and sell rather than scrap. Lots of people don't like trying taking less money, but when you figure your time, fuel, and hassle of hauling, with I have a lot of scrap of. There's going to be half a Honda in the back of the Comanche in the next couple of days. So I'm cutting that up, but I have a water heater, and if I'm lucky, I've got $100 in the back of my truck, and
Yeah,
if it's going to get thrown out anyway, it's free money. I'm going to be throwing it away, and the scrap place is 4 miles from my house, so it's not that big of a deal for me to do it. And
yeah. We actually had
sell
a guy show up. We had a guy show
stuff.
up today with a dump trailer load of rims, aluminum rims.
There's money in it.
Yeah,
I've got to actually ask them when I go back because I've got a lot of rims and I can't use half of them. I need to keep one set of shit tires. The
yeah,
rest of them can just go, but the biggest problem is busting the tires off them because that's charging. I have to pay for that, so I have to figure out what the value of the rim is, or it's not worth it. I'll just sell the rims and crappy tires.
yeah, yeah. They got that one place I normally run out of. They get some cars in. They don't get a whole lot of cars compared to one of the other yards I go to. Um, it's kind of like that picture I showed you the other day of that Camaro.
Yeah.
You did see that, didn't you?
Yeah. On Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like mid '70s or early '70s Camaro. That thing looked actually like a. To me, being in Michigan, that was a restorable car.
Yeah, it was a 70 or 71 Camaro. If you zoom in on the picture, I don't know if it's really is or not, but it has Z28 badges on it.
Okay.
Somebody junked it, and unfortunately, the way things work here, once it goes in the junkyard, it don't come back out unless it's in parts.
Yeah, I don't know what the laws are here. I'll have to ask next time I go to the junkyard.
There's some states you can just buy one straight out of a junkyard like that, and
Yeah.
pay I think some kind of $200-300 fee, and it's yours. And
I thought in Michigan it was if you bought it from a junkyard, it was a salvage title no matter what. But I
yeah,
might be wrong on that.
but I
Functional
think
history,
here's a different story.
yeah. Functional history is chiming in. He just is working hard. Yeah, I think the Hondas, everything's off the front. All the wiring is pulled to the firewall. I got half the interior disassembled. Um, the half that's still attached because there's a lot of Bluetooth floorboards and stuff. The van was a fine craftsman of plywood. I can tell you that right now. So there's going to be some interesting things when I get stuff out. And he built these nice little speaker boxes that it was like a mouse condo. It was like a whole apartment underneath this floorboard area that I've only gotten a little bit cleaned out. So just I de-huntavirused it as much as I could.
Mm. Are you still looking for a straight axle?
Yeah, I needed like a mid 30s to early 40s. I've Fordish. I'm having no luck. I've had called a couple people that I met at the show and nothing so far, but see what happens.
If I remember right, does somebody help me with this? Did did uh did 49 or 50 model Ford have a straight axle under it?
I think it depends on if it's truck or car.
Yeah, the car,
I
sedan.
don't know. I don't know. I know that the middle mid 30s to mid 40s were more what I need because I don't want leaf springs on. I want the horizontal over the like a Corvette leaf. I want to
Yeah.
be able to put, because I need to put the front suspension out in front
Yeah.
of everything. So
Okay,
that's
because I'm
kind of, I can find a lot of other stuff. I just can't find what I'm looking for.
okay because I know where there's a what is it? I know that there's a late 40s Chevrolet. It's on a friend of mine's place. I think it has a straight axle.
That's just saying he just burns the tires off. Well, I can't really do that. I'm in a little town and it's very country in the city, as they say, but there's a limit. So doesn't mean I won't creatively remove the tires from the wheels. But I didn't actually just say that, so we're fine on that one. There's no burning involved. No, and even Bear Rose said he thought he might have something, but he's out. God, he's like an 18-hour drive west from me.
Yeah.
There'll be something. I'll find something. It's just keeping calling people that I've met and made a ton of good contacts out of RIM. It's just getting a hold of everybody. And sometimes I think it's, yeah, you can call me, but it's they want to know you're actually serious about it before they start helping you. So I understand that.
Right.
Because I'm nobody. We were at the same show, but it doesn't mean too much. Michigan, you can buy out of a junkyard, just not LKQ because of how they do their paperwork. I've actually never been to an LKQ. I've seen the trucks around here, so I know there's got to be someplace around here. I've just never take the time to find it. I probably should go check it out. I've had such good luck at US Auto, and every once in a while there's one on 8 Mile called Parts Galore that if US Auto doesn't have it, they've had it for the most part. But US Auto's been my go-to.
Yeah.
My friend's little girlfriend asked Ehau to scrap her van. I have her to do it the right way. She drove to auto parts store, bought a jack, and drove van straight to scrapyard to scrap it. It happens. Slime, hey, six weed burners on the Honchero and tilt the cab so you're looking. There is no sunroof. I'm not putting in a sunroof. Yeah, crazy Aussie. Uh, no, I'm not. I'm not going uncertainty. It's not going to be tilted forward with like this. I'm not going to go roadkill and put 6 leaf blowers in the back and try to do supercharging. No, I'm not going to go. That black oat burns good, Dutch. Yeah, black. There we go. Well, Pickle slowly reacting with Pickles there. Cars didn't, but the truck up until 1966. Oh, hey, we have scientific information from Pickle. Cars didn't, but the truck's up till 1966, I believe. But straight axle 6%. Yeah, I think 64 was when they started the twin beams, the
Yeah,
scissor beams in the front of the. I
yeah,
think 64, 65.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
65 the first year.
Yeah, yes, we are talking about Fords. I knew what you were referring to, Pickle. I know you are a Ford connoisseur. I'll keep that in mind about US Auto. They had a couple of Boleros the past few years, but I couldn't make time to get over. No, if you see something at US Auto, I mostly go to the one in Sterling Heights. They have a pretty heavy presence on Facebook and they post most of their stuff. If there's something you want me to go look at, just shoot me an email and I'll check it out because I go over there. It's 20 minutes from my house, and I go over there fairly regularly because they have Jeeps, and almost nobody ever has Jeeps. They do. So if there's something you're interested in, just tell me what it is, and we'll figure out how to get me over there and see if it's worth getting. You
Yeah,
can. I know people have bought stuff from them, but I don't know the legalities of it.
yeah, we got a junkyard 45 minutes north of here. They used to have pretty much any old thing, any old car, truck that you could possibly imagine at one point. I don't know what they have left. They had so much stuff at one point, they didn't know what they had. They actually discovered a 38 Chevrolet Coupe in the back of the yard that they did not know they had.
Nice.
That used to be the go-to place in high school. There were some cars they just basically refused to junk them. They had them out there at the shop for sale.
Yeah.
65 Ford short F100 short bed, 352. Needed a timing chain, $600 out the door.
Yeah, Jim, it was cool to meet your cousin at Autorama, and unfortunately, a truck axle won't work because it's leaf spring setup. The axle I'm looking for has trailing arms or radius arms that bolt to the axle, so you can stick the axle way out front of the suspension. So if I can't find that, then I will have to get a truck axle and make brackets to make it work. I would just prefer not to because I also need one that's going to drop. But I'm getting into the weeds, but I do appreciate it, and that's definitely something I will keep in mind for sure. Yes, he's saying it was black poplar that burns. I live 15 minutes from Michigan's oldest junkyard. It's not open to the public unless you're Dutch. Well, we can trade. You find something down here that you need, and we'll work a trade. I'll get you that, and take me up to where you can't go. Oh, and if you get a chance, if you wouldn't mind sending me a picture of that Cherokee, I'd greatly appreciate it. I want to see my next bad investment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Cherokee. It's a 360 with a 5-speed. I can't. I'll figure out a way to do that. I can cut lawns or something. Or I'm between 6 foot and 6'5", depending on which convenience store I'm leaving. So just make sure I don't wear my shit when I'm doing it, or drive the car that has my name plastered all over it. I gotta have to. Actually, I don't have a car I can commit crimes with because everything I own is either randomly rare or has my name plastered all over it. So. Yeah, Facebook is still shit the bed. So I guess you're just gonna have to suffer through listening to us yak like potato heads. So, or I can see if it works on the digital interrupters here. I believe my family is Dutch. Oh, so we got Dutch and Dutch. We got Indy Dutch and Michigan Dutch. Clogs for everybody.
Yay.
Hi, thank you, Fee. Okay, thank you, Fee. Now you're not gonna be able to see this, but you wanted. He might not even still be here, but it will come up on my phone, but it won't come up on my computer, and it's on the same Wi-Fi. But there's
Huh.
some black steel wheels. Unfinished projects is probably already taken off because I couldn't help him with wheel choices. Commit crimes in the eclipse. Yeah, well, don't, because my sticker is on the back of your car. So that doesn't help me either. And that cat butthole sticker you have on the back of your car for no apparent reason. You got me, you hate Trudeau, and a cat butthole sticker on your car. Basically, it just screams cheerleader, cheerleader, rah, rah, rah.
So technically, he has two a-holes on the back of his car.
Not to mention the a-hole that's driving the car.
Ah!
That's I can get a group into the old yard. They just have to be escorted by myself. I'm fine with that. That would be an awesome thing to try to get the Michigan YouTube group together. I'm pretty sure all of us are big enough idiots, and I'm assuming Doug sure will say yes. That we're more than willing to go traipsing through a junkyard for parts, especially if we can do it before bee season. No one likes bee season. Yeah, Dougster already said yes. That'd be killer. New Guy's Garage. I commit crimes every day going to work in the morning. Not that the cops will care. No, they don't care, because you can get pulled over while basically, drinking a 40, smoking weed, beating your ex-wife allegedly in the passenger seat, holding your child out the window, no seatbelt, on a cell phone, and you still won't get a ticket. So
Just be careful
only
about brandishing the butter knife.
that is. Oh, that now you might get. They might let the Colt and the giant knife go, but you flash that butter knife, you might just get capped. So. Oh, and I forgot. No, Pickle did put the dildo sticker on the back of his car. So, good lord. Okay.
Yeah, he made his car very incognito.
Yeah, well, like it wasn't to begin with. But for those who don't know, Pickle is from Newfoundland. He doesn't have a dildo on his car. There's a town in Newfoundland, Canada, named Dildo, and he got a bumper sticker from Dildo, not dildo, but dildo, or not dildo, dildo.
Yeah, I felt that clarification was needed too.
We've got some people that might have never heard of the Pickle because he hasn't been on here in a while, and Canada does weird shit, so there could be something suction cupped to the back of his car that actually that's a good thing. When he's leaving his new job, I need to have him super glue a dildo to the car. Just funk right on there.
Or do multiple.
Put the fish stick flag on it so that people won't know what it is at first.
Do them across the hood and the top so it looks like it's got a dildo mohawk.
Oh yeah, like those metal studs on the leather gear. Yeah, that could work. Well, that's good. I didn't need the cap. Are you okay, Fee? You okay? You all right? What's going on? For those who don't know, I mentioned it late in the last one. Fiona has a bladder tumor, and I don't know how long she's got. It could be tomorrow. It could be 2 weeks. It all depends. And as long as she's happy and not in a lot of pain, or not telling me she's in pain, she's here. So if I'm distracted by them a little more than normal, it's because I kind of got to pay attention to her.
Yeah.
Doug, really don't have an excuse to miss it and have close he is. Okay, okay. I lost something here. Too much talk about dildos, apparently. When I got pulled over, the cops see the Sixers in sticker on the back window and feel sorry for me, then let me go. That's a good one. Old McDonald coming in with the zinger.
Ouch.
Well, technically, that is a disabled sticker, because I am I actually have one of the little window things, the disabled parking permit, because I'm not bullshitting. I am disabled, so I should get that and made into a sticker with my logo on it. Make it look like the disability thing you hang in your window.
I used to have one that you actually hang from your rearview mirror.
Yeah.
I worked at a Nissan dealer for a little while, and there was a car that got traded in that had one in it, and I had an awesome idea. I was like, I'm gonna use this to go to like every restaurant at lunchtime and get good parking,
Uh-huh.
and it worked.
You just got to remember to limp when you get out of the car.
That wasn't no issue.
Okay. You're fine, Fee. You're fine. Yeah, well, McDonald's is able to, so it needs one as well. Oh, great. So, like, half the Michigan YouTube channels are disabled. Awesome parking for everyone. So, the only people who can drive to events are him and I. Will have to take everybody else with us so we can get the good parking spots. Everybody limp. Oh, let's see what NGG News says. When I get pulled over with no seatbelt, talking on the phone, speeding, the state trooper just said, "Wow, is that Emmanuel? Let me go." Well, yeah. And he said, "Oh, are you Dan from New Guys Guitars, brother?" Wow, I just fucked that up, but it's still funny. It's like, "Oh, you're the luckiest man in the world. Go along, good sir." Yeah, Feets is a good girl. I'm gonna miss this little shit. I'm not gonna miss doing 2 or 3 loads of laundry a day because of all the issues she's got right now. Keep her as long as I can. She's happy. So. Local Highway Patrol has shift change at 7 a.m., so we know when to go to do things. That's from Slimo. Do the cameras have a shift change too? Because aren't you just as bad as England, where there's a freaking speed camera every other block? I agree with the Jim. She's a good. Yeah, Facebook is just crap to bed. So I'll keep checking it randomly, but I'm just gonna have to deal with my entertaining ass and Southern Batman. He's in the shadows, building a garage, hauling scrap.
Got to make a living somehow.
Yeah. Either that or we can watch me assemble a flat pack desk that I got so I can put a nice setup in the corner for both doing work from home and editing.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. I got caught with the speeding camera. Not fun. Yeah, well, that's because you live in a hellhole, Pickle. Just once you go back to Newfoundland, everything will just get reset. You can do cool stuff again. You can unburn all the stuff you burned when you got there, or dig it up and try to reassemble it, whatever the hell the burn pile is at. You can finish trying to get that flathead Ford. Maybe do something with that. Maybe do a video again because it's only been about a year since you made one. So there's good possibilities. And you can bust tires in a whole new part of. Sorry, she's waving her feet at me, which is just below the. This is the top of the laptop, so you can't see her. But she's rowing a boat on my lap right now. Scrap Metal Garage would be a kick-ass channel name, probably taken already. I would think Scrap Metal Garage is more than likely already taken. I'm guarantee you, if it has something to do with metal and garage, it's already taken, or anything garage, or Diphtheria Garage, or I Got COVID Garage, or ooh look Dildo Garage. I don't doubt there's a Dildo Garage on YouTube somewhere, and it's not at Pickle's house, surprisingly. NGG, did you tell him not an Emmanuel is here? Sorry, let me start that again. NGD, did you tell him only is Manuel in here? So is Mario, Maria, and oh god, we're bringing in the mildly racist jokes from the upper part of Michigan. Dutch, my wife caught me yesterday. Apparently, executing. I can't even speak a 360 rotation multiple times in a car. Frowned upon. What are your thoughts? Just deny it. where it was controlled. You were practicing your snow and rain driving. It's Michigan. You never know what's going to pop up on the roads. Pickle, yes, hellhole indeed, and I cannot wait to get back home. I'm counting down the days. You're going to you're still in the same repressive dystopian nightmare of Canada. You're just closer to, me, because you're on a little island sort of north in, New York. So you could boat here. You had a couple days, in theory. Yeah, I'm pretty. See, Pickle's probably just typing that in right now. Dillo Garage. Dutch cop love. Yeah, cops do love donuts, Dutch. That is the point. There you go. The clutch slipped, I swear. Yeah, very true. Hey, New Guys Garage wasn't taken when I changed my channel name. There is hoping. Oh, God. How many channels are you going to start, Dan? How many, channels? You got NGG Garage. Well, Tom channel's his own channel, but got NGG News Network. You started the Epic, which we actually have to talk about that at some point in the near future. If we're ever going to get back to doing that Epic stuff, we probably had to figure out what we're doing, and with this special project as well. Yep, broke a throttle return spring. That's why you were spinning. Maybe I will boat. I'm thinking about flying down this year to internet. Oh, there you go. You're probably going to have to boat to get to a plane anyway, because I don't think there's an island on Earth. An island, good Lord. I don't think there's a airport on his island that he's going to. Before it was Dan's Garage, and oh yeah, I remember you telling me this. Before New Guys Garage was New Guys Garage, it was Dan's Garage, and yeah, there was a lot of them. Yeah, there's a lot of garages. What's happening, Shelly? How you doing? Yeah, I tried purposely not to be a garage. I wanted to be a little bit less I'm still going to mostly be cars, if not completely cars, but I wanted it to be a tiny bit different. Try, just a tiny bit. Pickle, we will be happy to see you doing it. Yeah, just put your Canadian ass on a plane, or aboot a plane. Hey, aboard aboot a plane. And one of us will pick you up. Just like I'm pretty sure we're going to have to pick up Dan and Tom, because they can't get a car from Montana to Missouri. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have to put one of those taxi strobes on top of the ranch, or I got too many car names. The Chandler, and just basically do airport runs. I'll have to get one of those beaded seat cushions, and just play some really loud, offensive music, and just, where do you want to go, boys? You like Mexico?
Yeah. Just be like the Uber driver and try to kiss all the pretty girls.
Yeah, the pretty girls in this are Pickle, Tom, and Dan. Okay? Not my thing. They could be handsome men. I don't know. It's just not my thing. Dougster's Wolverine Garage. I have to be a garage. The garage is where I achieve Zen. Well, that is true. And at least you have multiple things. You have Dougster, Wolverine, and garage. So, what's a Dougster? They think you're probably a Wolverine fan. Like the Marvel Wolverine. Yeah, right there, Fee. And then you also have a garage. So you're like, Wolverine. Just instead of the Payson's pissing man going like this, put those Wolverine claws in his hand. So he's like, ching. Hey, I was thinking, Tom, we could take a train to internet there. Well, you might make it. Weren't you talking about you only had so much time off? Wouldn't that be like a week there, a couple days there, and a week back?
Hey, I just thought of something. Amtrak hauls people's personal vehicles too.
That is true. They do haul train. They do haul cars. Apparently my brain has somehow stopped functioning today. Apparently my brain and Facebook are on the same wavelength. They're not working right.
Yeah, it'd be okay.
I'm not worried about your gas money, Pickle. Plus, I don't take Canadian. I did garage before I had a garage. Before that, I was a driveway engineer. There you go. Yeah, Dutch guys, driveway engineering. That could work. Look, man, I talk about dislocated a lot, but just know I'm not. Okay, I don't know where you're going with that one, Pickle, but we're just gonna skip it. Let's make sure you give an awesome host a big thumbs up. Yes, thank you. I will. I gotta. I'll be right back. Okay, Pete. Come on, baby. Okay. 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 See, now we're thinking. Yeah, that happens. I was checking out Elvis's stuff on YouTube, and Dan showed up in the algorithm. Oh, that does make sense. Because this is a long one, so you're gonna have to stick with me for a second. But Juan calls him Burger King. Elvis died eating a cheeseburger on a toilet, so there is a direct connection between hamburgers and Dan. Not the toilet part. Well, it is a COVID, so don't eat a cheeseburger on the toilet, Dan. It could be bad. That is how you get the views, Jim. That's kind of a funny thing to read right after I said don't die in a toilet. If you want to live stream your death on a toilet, you're gonna get views. I don't think that's gonna help anybody, but it will get views. I meant dildo, not dislocate. Pickle, it's not. You're not making it better. I just could have skipped it, and I now you just got a dislocated dildo. I don't know what the hell that even means. Maybe that's Canadian. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going. We're just gonna put that one away. Put it in a lockbox. Just put it in a lockbox. Yeah, just keep smiling, Pickle. Just keep smiling. Oh, good Lord. So how's you're getting pretty good progress going with your garage build, right?
Yeah, it's slow, but it's coming along. I got a back door hung on it last weekend, and I got to finish up a few little things with that. And hopefully this weekend they've pretty much called off the rain, so I'm gonna see what I can do about putting the sliding doors on the front.
That should be
That'll
cool.
probably that'll probably take a couple weeks, but because I have to build two doors, I got to hang the railing and all that.
Well, hopefully, if you slow down a little bit at work, you might actually have some time to do your own shit.
Yeah, as soon as I get ready to get into it, you watch prices go back up, and I'll be back to doing 60-some hours a week.
Well, when you just bring the doors with you, and when you're waiting for them to unload your truck, just be out there whittling on them and shit by the side of your truck. Garage builds all go slow. I started mine last June, and I'm still not done. Building shit in your garage also goes slow. If you're me, it takes you a year to finish a freaking car. It's a complicated car, but still. When you post a video, you need to check to make sure it pops up on the top search results of what it's about. If you type a carburetor mods in the search, changes are some of my videos pop up. Those chances are, yeah.
Well, my garage build's been painfully slow. We're about year 5 right now.
Ouch.
Time and money.
Yeah, that it does happen. You know, I got my garage cleaned up, and there's with the Honda in there. The Honda's only 12 feet long and like 4 feet wide. I could fit like 4 of those things in my little ass garage. Like, okay, I just stack them in there, just like Tetris them in there.
Yeah, right now, after I get everything done, I'm going to have to clean up in there. It looks like O'Reilly's and Home Depot exploded in there.
Nice. Picking with Pickle, my carburetor rebuild video has done well. That's good, my friend. Dutch did a 32 by 64 by 14. Did it all myself. Nice. Yeah, the biggest I can go in my township is 26 by 27. And I don't have the money for that anyway, but that would be nice because right now I've got a 16 by 22. It's a car and a half. Heavy on the half. I have a lot of small cars though, so I'm going to have a car and a half in there. Once I get the Honda sliced down to, tiny, just a shell, I'm going to slide it in the back corner and bring the Rambler in, my white one, and start doing some of the sheet metal work on that. So I have something to keep rotating through on the channel. So it literally will be a car and a half garage, at least for some period of time. Dan, carburetors are hot subject, Pickle. 6% recycled. You should get on the train. The video coming out this week is me working on 2 carburetors at once. And it's 2 1-barrels, so technically I'm working on 2-barrel carburetors. So, I didn't say I'm doing well at it, but I'm working on them. And then they will be leaving because I got 2 generators for $50. So at this point, whatever I get, and I'll be happy. Pickle, I'm going to have a lot on the go once I'm home. I'm getting that old flathead V8. I'm thinking about rebuilding my grandmother's old Honda generator. Still after an old Ford truck and a few other things. There you go. Biggest I can go is 10 acres, no zoning here. Yeah, I'm on just about a half acre, and I am limited by the city, but moving north would be nice, but I go to too many doctor's appointments in Detroit. I'll be right back. I have a dog paging me at the door. She just sits there and smacks the sliding door until I come pay attention to her. Hold on, please. Come on, Lex. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Gotta go in here for a bit. Go on, sweetie. That was probably extremely exciting television there.
Oh, it was.
Oh yeah. Surprised Max didn't get in the screen. That's his normal MO. Pickle has no. Your dad has 30 acres. Pickle. You don't even have a thumbtack. You live on 30 acres. You're 30 acres in a Kubota. Well, actually, you know what you should do is start a conversation and see if you can go meet or possibly work with Fitzy's from Fitzy's Fabric, or I think his name is John, or I think his name is John. Go talk to him. You're on the same little freaking island he is, and he does custom metal fabrication. Maybe you could learn something from him, or at least meet him. Hey, I have half on it. Yeah. Oh, hey, I half own it. Okay. Did you? Is that like you half own your Mitsubishi? Is that how it works, there, Pickle? You gotta kind of give a little more detail there, my friend. Oh yeah, well yeah, I'm not saying go up, just randomly go knock on the guy's door and go mum him to death or something like that. But just send him an email. Hey, I'm on YouTube. I like stuff. Do you need somebody to take out your trash and sweep your floors for every once in a while and teach me how to do some metal shipping? Dutch, I may have to get the computer out for this one. Haven't tested the new D-Link internet out here yet. There you go. In GG, probably chances are that the finished JB Weld carburetor video will be out tomorrow showing the final product. It was going to be sent out this week, but then COVID. Well, I am excited to see how your Play-Doh carburetor comes out. I am. I would like to see how that works. Sorry,
Carburetor by Duncan Hines.
Pretty much.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it too. I want to see how this turns out.
People I figured out part of the island he's on It ain't that goddamn big, Pickle. It's you, Dildo, and him. That's all that's on the island. Yeah, now Gmail is crapping out. If I disappear, I do apologize, but now everything is slowly not working. So, okay.
Something wrong with the laptop?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, man.
Something wrong with the laptop?
No, I don't think so. I don't. It's only half not working. That's just weird to me. I don't know. That'd be a first. Dan, it will either flow more because of the smooth entry or flow less because you filled it half up with JB fucking Weld. Yeah, that is a thing. Have you thought of this? This is an actual question. Have you thought about trying to really just smooth the bejesus out of what's there and just reshape the metal that's already there? I don't know enough about the carburetor wall, the material thickness on a stock carburetor to say that would work or not. I'm just throwing out this question. Hey, that's a lot, don't you know? Yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, oh, no, I'm sorry. Wrong comment. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, as long as something's still working, so apparently I'm just gonna keep going. And if we just magically disappear, it was great seeing you guys tonight. So now that's I don't know. Now Gmail, whatever, something's going on. I paid my internet bill, so no, it's not that. Looks like YouTube's still up on my end. Try this once more. It's probably not going to amount to shit. Oh my god, things are back.
Hey.
Holy crap on a cracker there. I would say Christ on a cracker, but that would just make Juan magically appear. Just poof. So we can, if anyone would like, we can randomly look at stupid shit on Facebook Marketplace again for 10, 15 seconds. Probably do that as for just a second because I did see something on there that we should look at because it's right up my goofy ass alley. Look at that beast.
Uh-huh.
That's got bad idea written all over it. Yeah, El Wano is not El Hero. That's got bad decisions written all over it. 52 International Mud Truck has a 350 motor auto trans. Ran when parked, but hasn't been started in a few years. Not looking for trades. Have 35-inch cut boggers on it. Welded rear end. Got lots of looks. Well, yeah, no shit. It looks like Mad Max took a shit on that thing.
That and this every day.
I daily that motherfucker. I'm not kidding. I would. But
yeah, you don't see
right.
many internationals.
No, it's got to be on like a 2500 Chevy frame from the looks of it. It's not that far off from making it into something usable. In my mind, it's usable. So he's got the headers out through the hood. I mean that's a street car. And nothing says nice running daily driving car like Boggers.
Yeah.
Yep. We have a Tom.
What up?
What's up, guitar dude?
How's it going, everybody?
So
pretty good there. CNC. Well, you're a CNC guitarist.
Yes. CNC.
Oh, I found Dan's next car. Look at that bad boy. 77 Caddy project car. Apparently it was on a very weathered newspaper several decades ago. Oh, look, the face brake steering wheel.
Chain steering wheel. We need to buy it.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
for
and
the
he's got a tack in the center console, so you'll never see it. That's nice. It comes with some wiring disassembled, so you can check it, I guess.
Yeah.
Rear seats out. I mean that it's $3,500. Rims on the last photo are sold separately for $800 more. Okay. No rims for you.
going to be rimless.
That was step one. We did that. It gained 84 CFM. That's like I don't know, 40% increase. Yeah, that's cool. But then I was wondering why you were going with stuffing it full of Lucky Charms and Play-Doh and shit to reshape it. Are you making like a hat? I mean, I've seen the in work or the in process stuff. Are you making like a deeper, taller intake to try to funnel more air? Or are you going to cut little swirlies in it, little curly cues to make the air passage go better? And it's better without the rims. Well, yeah, it's better without the rims, but the rims are extra. And apparently Pickle wants that. I can see Pickle pimping in that. Or pimping Pickle.
Yeah, put some suicide doors on it.
Lambo doors.
I'm surprised it doesn't already have those. How's everything going, Tom?
Oh, going pretty good. It's working really early now in the morning, so yeah, 6 o'clock.
There you go. There's a modified mini drag racer. You can bring that to No Name. You could probably put that on as your carry-on in the airplane.
Pickle needs that. He needs that to ride home to Newfoundland on.
Oh, they had this like mini monster bike for it was like $300. I was like, damn, I think they'd let me carry this on the plane. We could race it.
Possible. Jumping on in a minute. Starting the computer now. Cool. Yeah, I will try to keep my eyes open if backing and forth in here. New guy. Oh, you have not even begun to see the butchery we are going to inflict on that carburetor yet. Have you reached out to JB Weld to have them sponsor your brand of stupidity for this carburetor? Just that's a question. Not saying you have to, but leverage those subscribers, my friend. You got almost 22,000 subscribers. Use them.
He might just want to wait and see how this one goes.
No, don't wait for expectations. It's better to get this stuff ahead of time. Then when it all goes to shit in the end, you just go, meh. Get the shit up front.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. Is there anything you would like to see there? I found another dentist office for Juan.
Oh, that's a classy one.
They want $60,000 for this.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's a single wide with water damage.
No.
They put a new kitchen in a single wide trailer.
With water damage.
Yeah. Like they spent money rehabbing a single wide and did nothing on the outside. Well, I mean, sort of. They spent money and then kept the stove from the 1980s.
Got to keep the stove.
It's a good stove.
I'm not. Now, granted, they might have just painted and done stuff, but I don't know. I must be missing something. Let's see if there's. Cozy Home is located just south of East Twin Lake in Lewiston, Michigan. Quiet residential. Blah blah blah. This better have a shit ton of. Comes with 3 sheds, workshop space, and lots of storage. 20 by 20 by 6 fenced. enclosure is also available.
All must be moved off the premises.
Yeah.
That's every like mobile home around Minnesota.
Well, it would make. I could see them wanting that if it was on land. Like they a lot of people will put a mobile home on land because they don't have the money to build a house at the time. But I'm not getting it from the ad unless I'm missing something. Yeah. Private half-acre lot has vacant wooded lots on each side. Okay, so it is on land, which does make it a little better, but still kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be what we get here.
Dan did reach out to JB Weld. They did not respond back. You got to try harder. Well, no, you gotta start asking for shit before they see what your cockeyed idea is. That way, they're already locked in and can't undo it. That you can't once you start doing the stuff with the thing, and you're in there with a butter knife and hopes and dreams. That's not the time to. Hey guys, you want to sponsor this? It's not. You'd be better off going after Play-Doh.
Just build a rubber mold of what you want.
Yes.
And then just JB Weld that. Just make a whole thing out of JB Weld.
Yeah, make a JB Weld carburetor.
Yeah.
Lion tried taking a wildebeest on the plane, but they said no. Carry on. Unfortunately, Tom, do you have a drum roll for that one?
It's a little late for that now.
No, I'm kidding. You're fine. You need to get you a little drum machine. So you just reach over and hit a button. It goes boom.
I should get one of those.
Those auto drummers or whatever they are called.
I was looking at like a drum machine. That'd be really cool.
See what? $500 for half a Ford.
Makes
like
sense.
they literally just cut the truck in half, frame and all. 70 F254 before manual transfer case. Believe 390 doesn't turn over. Parts only, no title. Muskegon, Michigan. Selling as is, not parting out. 500 firm. No trades. Sold as is. No shit. Like, was it destroyed before he put it on the forklift or on the loader? Like cabs towed.
I'd argue half the loader comes with.
It better come with a bucket. There's nothing left of this. It comes with dirt.
He figures that's $500 worth of scrap metal.
That's not even $500 worth of scrap metal.
No, if he took the engine transfer case out, he would get probably $800 for all that stuff, because a divorce transfer case, it's actually heavy duty stuff, and there are people that look for that, but they're not going to buy your beat the shit truck. Who comes with wooden bumper? Someone stole some. That looks like a railroad tracks. Somebody's missing their railroad tie.
It's just one. They'll never know.
Yeah. One piece at a time. You want a FedEx truck? You could do side work. Comes a snow shovel.
Snow shovel. It's great because you'll need one for that type of van unless it's 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, that way you can just put them. You can duct tape them to the front tires and just scoop your way through the streets.
Yeah.
Or I could just speed through town and have FedEx look real bad.
Yeah, for only $9,000, this would get you to No Name, and you could actually put the Daewoo in there sideways. You could load the Daewoo in sideways, so it's vertical. It'd work.
I don't know if that has the suspension for that, to be honest with you.
When is your brother ever worried about like logistics and math? or something like that. Come on now.
Damn. He doesn't worry about math.
No, I'm pretty sure he gets in the morning and goes, "Yep. Hey, we have a grumpy Dutch guy.
What's up, guys?
What's
What up?
happening? Thanks for joining the shit show.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm trying out this new internet, so seeing how it works.
Hey. Yeah, Dan is confirming math worries about me. Oh, God. They're like Chuck Norris, where, you know, the Earth is afraid of Chuck Norris. That's why he keeps spinning, that kind of thing.
Guy's got the greatest line of jokes.
No, I think I have one of those books, one of those Chuck Norris facts books. Like, you know, he doesn't have a chin. He has another fist under his beard, that kind of crap.
Like one time he was bitten by a snake, and then there was 4 days of brutal, just anguish, and then the snake finally died.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I will.
Oh, yeah. Oswald didn't kill Kennedy. Chuck Norris went back in time and stopped a bullet, and I was sure amazement Kennedy's head exploded.
That's a good one. I like that. I hadn't heard that one before. Yeah, Old McDonald's saying for 9,000 there should be packages in the back of that. I would agree. That's a little much for a 220,000 mile front wheel drive delivery van, but yeah, you know. So we've got me. We've got the Dutchman who has an affinity for mid 70s Dodges. Give everybody that hasn't heard of you or doesn't know your channel a little spiel there.
We collect the forgotten era of Mopars. We have 13 Aspens and Valaris right now, among many early 70s Dodge trucks and K cars and all sorts of nonsense.
Nice. I'm surprised
We like
Doug isn't in here.
Doug lives like 30 minutes from my house. I
I
actually
know.
used to work with his brother.
Everybody seems it's like 6 degrees of Dougster. Hey, Slimo says his house is like a Dutch oven sometimes.
Dude, no name.
Oh,
It's
God.
like-
Yeah. Get ready, Tom. You're going to No Name Nationals on a train, apparently.
Oh,
That'll be fun.
yeah.
We were contemplating No Name this year. We haven't gone the last 2 years, and we were heavily contemplating it. It falls like the weekend after Holly Mo Party, and we've kind of put off everything else except for Mo Party this year. So we were really, well, besides the Gilmore shows at Mopars at the Red Barns,
Yeah.
and we were really contemplating No Name this year. I rebuilt my hauling truck, so I don't really have an excuse. I got a new 30-foot long trailer, and I really don't have a good excuse not to go anymore.
There you go. It is a hell of a lot of fun, honestly. It's a great 3.5 days. Ton of fun.
We're really good friends with Chris from Busted Railer Garage,
Okay.
and I've known Chris for like 10 years. And he's like, "Oh, you got to come. You got to come." I said, "Nah, you don't want me to come because I'll show you how to do a proper burnout, son."
Come on, he was trying to send his Mopar to the moon that day. So
He was. He just needs me to tune it right, though, because there was some lacking there. But
oh, come on, he hit the ain't care pedal and just went for it.
I know.
I met him at No Name. It was a very cool guy. I hadn't seen his channel before I met him there. I've been following him since. A very cool guy.
Yeah. Chris is definitely cool. I just see at my house last July. So he's been coming up for the Mopar Gilmore show as well. So
Okay.
we usually have like 35, 40 people come up for that show. They come, we have a party at our house afterwards, and our whole yard's full of cars. So
Nice. That's the one place I have not gotten to yet is Gilmore, which is I've been back home for 20 years. I still have not gotten over there.
well, you gotta. I mean, it's North America's largest car museum, and it is the 4th largest car museum in the world.
I know it's been one of those things that a bunch of my friends and I want to go. It's like a weekend trip, and it just never happens. They've had kids and stuff, and things get in the way. All my medical crap, so it kind of has been taking a back seat. If it doesn't happen this year, it'll be next year.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool place. I actually, unfortunately, I have not set foot in the museum since 2017, even though I go there twice a year. We run our Aspen Valari booth, and we're always so busy dealing parts and everything. We just never have a chance to actually go in the actual museum itself.
My friend is actually thinking about probably trying to get another Volare, and he's here. He's in Lincoln Park. He's about an hour southwest of me. So if he does get to that point, I'll have to give you a call there and say, hey, you got any Volares you don't need that aren't really expensive?
I actually just I can't say who I sold it to, but I sold a 1980 Volare to a pretty big YouTuber recently. He's supposed to come in April. We're going to do a collab, and it's actually a 1980 Roadrunner, which they only made 384 of, and he's going to be taking the factory original slant 6 out, and we're going to be putting a 360 in, and then he's taking it to duct tape drags.
Nice.
So he's good friends with Chris Birdsong, who is also building a Dodge Aspen right now, and he wants to run it side by side. And it's fun. It's fun to think about. It's definitely fun to think about.
Very cool. Yeah, that Birdsong does some impressive stuff. He takes like a symbol, like their one bolt remaining that isn't rusted, and makes a car around it. So
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's he definitely is a mastermind on metalwork. I'm a little jealous.
no, I mean I hack stuff together just fine, but he's on another level for sure. So
Yeah, we actually I sold one of my cars this year, and I actually there's no aftermarket parts available like sheet metal wise for Aspens or Volaris, and I actually bought all the metalworking equipment, and I have started reproducing Aspen Valari parts for sheet metal because no one else will do it. AMD will not touch it. The production numbers aren't there for them to make money off of.
okay.
So,
Well, since you're in the mood, you want to tool up some AMC shit for me?
I'm actually trying to move an AMC right now, and I have had the most difficulty with it I've ever had moving a car ever. It's
Move it as in like move it or sell it?
Sell it. It's a AMC Rebel machine.
Oh, those are actually fairly rare.
Yeah. It's not one of the white ones. It's actually a factory black car, which I'm told is pretty decently rare.
Yeah, because I thought they were white or blue.
Yeah. I guess for 1 year they had, I think it was 1970, but don't quote me on it. But they had multiple colors you could get. It was still not very many colors, but this is a factory black car, and no one wants it. No one wants to take on it, and there is like probably 80 boxes of NOS or near NOS parts that come with the car, and for the $10,000 price tag, can't move it. Everything's there to restore it, can't move it.
You had me up until you said $10,000. I was interested. Sorry.
Well, it's like it's got an NOS grill that comes with it, and
no, I don't think your number's wrong. It's just my ceiling is I'm at the $1,000. I'm the $1,000 car guy at this point. So.
Oh yeah, me too. I have never paid more than $2,500 for any of my cars, and It was a friend of a friend passed away, and the family had he collected Aspen's Valaris, and he just happened to have this Rebel machine, so the family got a hold of me, and they wanted to help move stuff, and I don't know anything about AMC. I have some AMC connections, and I had the president of the AMC club for Michigan actually come out and look at the car, and he was cheaper than I was. I am a cheap Dutch guy, and he lowballed the SOB out of it.
I was actually going to say that because I think the Chambler is going to be in their newsletter. I was going to say
Nice.
I can try to get a hold of him, but you already have, so no help there.
Yeah. He actually lives like 45 minutes north of me, actually, and they do their AMC Michigan meet at one of our car shows that he puts on, and I think it's in late September. It's like the last car show of the year, and he puts it on every year and has his little meet too. So
yeah, I think I was looking at that when I started talking to him, and I think it's the same weekend or right around the same time as No Name, so I'm probably not going to be able to go to that one.
Yeah. It's God. His name's not Doug. It's Dan. Dan's his name. Yep. So
yeah, I met him at Autorama. That was pretty cool. So.
Oh yeah, he's got some beautiful AMXs. Beautiful. I think he was doing a Javelin next.
I think that's what there were. I talked 500 or 600 people to the show, so it's all kind of a blur at this point. It's like,
yep.
I have like business cards and wrote stuff down because I knew I wasn't gonna remember this crap. So
yeah, that's it was very similar in Indy. There was more people to talk to than there was parts to buy, unfortunately.
Yeah, you said it wasn't that great a show this year.
No, well, I went looking for specific things. Normally, I buy all the Aspen Valori parts. That's just what I do. I buy anything that is Aspen Valori related. Last year, I left with money in my pocket, and this year, I left with money in my pocket. And I'm kind of like the Midwest hub if you need Aspen or Valori parts. There's four major.
Any random Rambler parts floating around? I know that's not your thing, but was there anything in the Rebel machine that you can just let fall off the back of a truck, as they say?
It's hard to say because I'm so unfamiliar on the subject. If that makes sense.
The stuff I have is too early. Most of the aftermarket stuff that's made for the AMC stuff is 68 and up. And I've got a 63 and a 65, so nothing. I mean, it's like it's still ball and trunnion suspension in the front. Like it's kind of still wagon shit. It's like 1890s technology. We gotcha.
Yeah. That's this guy. He was very picky. He would not buy anything aftermarket. He would only buy NOS, and some stuff. I mean, he must have been on eBay right when eBay was made, because there was early 2000 stuff that he bought off eBay, and it was stuff I'd never seen before, and it was just like probably stuff I'll never see again.
Yeah.
But he hunted eBay. That was his whole hobby. He was a doctor, and he just spent his whole free time on eBay buying stuff. He overpaid for a lot of stuff, unfortunately, but he was one of those guys. I see it, I want it, I'm buying it. And unfortunately, his wife, she had no idea what he bought. So she just downloaded all the eBay receipts and she started out originally, well, this is what he paid on eBay. And I'm like, well, he may have paid $2,000, but unfortunately, that's like an $800 part. So that was the hard part, talking to the family, and your husband or your dad might have paid this, but unfortunately, he overpaid a lot. But it's like we were probably going through a $80,000 to $100,000 parts collection.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was cool to see, but God, there was so much. Luckily, he was really methodical about labeling everything, but he never unboxed anything. He bought it off eBay, labeled it, and stuck it on a shelf. So sometimes you would open stuff like the one day I was down there for 8 hours, and I opened probably 400 boxes off of eBay, and a lot of it was junk. He never opened it, never inspected it. Some of it was broken. He just labeled it and put it on the shelf.
Yikes.
So there's some interesting collectors in the world, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's good for you if you're selling it, but not if you want to get her to use it after he's not going to use it. So
Yeah, that's that was the weird thing. He never paid for anything for storage. He stored all the cars under tarps in his yard, and it ruined the paint on all 6 of his cars. Just the moisture swept under, and he lived in Illinois, so they got snow, they got salt, and it just crept under. He had a beautiful it was a 78 Plymouth Super Coupe, which they only made 494 of, and it was a T-top version, so they only made 38 of them. So very rare car, and he wrapped it in a tarp for 10 years, and we took the tarps off, and the whole roof paint came off with the tarps.
Oh,
And he just had the car repainted like 5 years prior. So you're just taking brand new paint right off with it. And I will say I did learn a lesson from going to this man's estate, and it's the lesson of do not wait. He was waiting to restore all these cars until his retirement. He was 2 years from retirement. He was 62 years old, and something went wrong with his heart, and he died within 3 days. So if you can learn anything, don't wait. Don't hold off on your projects. Live the life you can live while you can live it.
I'm on borrowed time, so I'm doing the best I can as quickly as I can because I think hopefully I have a lot longer to live, but there's only so much longer these are going to work. So
right. Yeah, my wife has the same problem. Her hands are going actually too, and so she's doing what she can while she can. But it makes you sad going through that man's estate and seeing all the parts he bought and just seeing, a whole life that was lived accumulating parts for when he was done working and he never got to that point.
And that really does suck.
Yeah, it was and you felt bad in a lot of ways.
Simon says, take the tires off the Mustang and tow it behind the train, Dan. That is a very Australian thing to say. So, what's happening, Levi? What's going on? Welcome to the Crazy. Thanks for dropping in. So, yeah, I'm not actually going to, just as a follow-up, I will not be the SCCA race at Gingerman. I'm actually going to end up going to the NASA or the NASA race because they think SCCA is just going to be too crazy for me to try to film the track. So.
Well, there is 2 SCCA events. What is it? There's one Labor Day weekend, and then there's one the last weekend in October. It's closer than Gingerman, by the way. It's actually about 15 minutes north of me at Grattan Raceway.
Yeah, part of why I'm going to Gingerman is because of the shop tour series I'm doing. So I want to film the track more than the race. So it's more important to see how the track works. I don't think many people ever get to see that. So
Grattan's actually bigger than Gingerman.
Okay.
It's 2.5 miles long. I think Gingerman's 1.9.
And the bigger thing is, as long as I don't film the race, then I shouldn't get copyright strikes by the racing organizations, because everybody that does NASCAR stuff is just getting hammered right now.
Really?
There's a couple
I
of,
don't think you would. I don't think you'd have any issue at Grattan.
no, I don't think I'll have any problems at Gingerman, but even people using historical clips are getting hit by NASCAR or using it even in a historical presentation right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird what some of the bigger companies will do. It's like they're trying to promote your thing. What are you bitching about? It's not like you showing live race coverage of the race that happened today.
Yeah.
People get weird. But actually, that's a nice thing. That's why I use that man's music, because then I don't have to worry about getting copyright issues with music in my videos. Because my friend Tom there makes his own music, and as long as you give him credit, it's copyright free.
No. Yeah, I had some problems with my old videos with free YouTube stuff, and they took away the free part, and I got like 12 copyright infractions in one day, and I was like, "What is going on?"
Yeah, they're even getting people that use YouTube's music library. If the artists take it off now, that you can get hit for something you made 2 years ago. It's like, I understand, but sorry if I didn't make it yesterday, it doesn't work like that.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely difficult nowadays.
No. Oh, and I might as well ask you since you're on here. So this Jeep Cherokee you've mentioned.
Yep.
You said it was a Grand Cherokee.
Yep. It is black, and it is currently stuck at the moment. It is out by the creek, and it is wet back there right now. I tried trudging back out there the other day, and it is too wet to walk.
Yeah, it's money dog season here in Harrison Township, so.
Yeah, it's funny that they call it Harrison because there's also Harrison, Michigan, which is like up by Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, which is really fun when you're trying to sell stuff on Marketplace, and Marketplace doesn't understand that there's a township and there's a Harrison, and they're not anywhere near each other. So I have to put in every ad in Harrison Township, local pickup only, not Harrison, because I can't tell you how many things I almost had sold, and I sent them my address. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm 3 hours from you. It's like, what? I can't help it.
Well, I've actually been to Harrison, Michigan, and it is probably one of the most impoverished cities in the state, unfortunately.
That sucks. I think I've driven by it. That's about the extent of it.
Yeah, it's like every other house is foreclosed, unfortunately.
That sucks. And
There's it was at one point like the meth capital of Michigan.
Oh, wonderful.
On the top 5 places to visit, definitely.
Yeah, right next to hell. Go to hell and go get the meth. You know, McDonald's saying it's muddy dog season in Rose City. NASCAR sponsors should like more stuff being out there. You would think, but people are weird about it. I understand that there's reasons to strike against something. If they're using content they shouldn't, but there has to be somewhat of a window.
Oh, so I remember from last week's live, you don't like these.
I don't dislike them. I actually like fucking with his brother Dan.
Oh.
Because he is the carburetor whisperer. No, I'm fine with a fuel toilet. My next project is going to have at least one fuel toilet on it. So.
Yay! How you guys doing? Thanks for having me here. 6%.
What is up,
7-1.
Do you guys hear me well?
Yep.
Yeah,
we can see that you're in a garage, Juan.
Well, had to.
Garage Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Juan. Dutch Juan.
No, what happened to the Facebook Marketplace? Already done?
Well, considering it didn't work for about an hour,
Facebook crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of took a shit.
Oh, it's the change of hours. Man, I didn't know I was an hour behind.
Yeah,
Pardon me,
new
folks.
guy's garage is the fan of the carburetor. I don't dislike them, but they're not my strong suit per se. So
He
I
has
learn
like
all-
10 videos with the same thumbnail. Oh my. Freaking carburetor. Throw in the garbage.
We actually, I had a friend come from Iowa last year, and his car did not run for a year because it had a Holly Sniper on it.
I have heard that. Most of my experience and most of the stuff I've done has all been factory stuff, so I don't have any direct experience with the aftermarket injection. So I don't know. Just I've heard people have had horror stories and great stories with that stuff. It seems to really vary by what you're doing and who installs it.
So are you
Yeah.
saying that 50% chance is not worth it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't, because I've heard more people have good luck than bad luck, but I know that other people have heard the reverse, so I don't really know.
Yeah,
Seems it doesn't work.
He heavily road raced his car, and he had a loss of the positive battery connection for 12 seconds, and it fried every component in the Holly Sniper. Took out the distributor.
That's ridiculous.
Took out the throttle body, so it was like taking $2,800 and throwing it down the garbage.
Yeah, I can't. I'm surprised they're not back-fed, protected, and potted.
They're supposed to be, but it didn't protect it. And that was he brought the car to me because he wanted to race at Grattan at our last event, that last SECA event last year. And his car didn't run for a year, so I helped him troubleshoot it. And he had he had some work in Tennessee. He brought me his car on a Monday, and we had a race on Sunday. So I went through and I determined that the distributor was dead. And basically the Holly, the Sniper distributors are just like a photo eye, same thing like the Ford had for years. And that was dead. It wouldn't break the negative side of the coil. And so I determined distributor's dead. Well, Holly, their distributors, the Hyperspark distributors, are non-serviceable. So if your photo eye goes bad, you can't service it. You have to buy another $220 distributor.
Oh, that's a great little racket.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I contacted Holly, and I'm like, we got a race on Sunday, and they said, oh, it's 5 to 6 weeks to get it rebuilt. And I said, excuse me? I said, why? The photo eye's bad. He said, well, actually, MSD builds our distributors. So you have to ship it to us. We ship it to MSD. They rebuild it. MSD ships it back to us, and then we ship it to you.
Nice.
That makes no freaking sense.
Yeah, they're double middlemaning you. That's great.
And he said it starts at $180 to get it rebuilt. I said, why would I spend the $60 and get a brand new one?
That's the reason for it. They are not interested, basically.
Right.
They're giving you the option, but they're giving you the middle, you know what, in the service part. 5 weeks. What a joke. Sorry to hear that, man.
I ordered another distributor, and it ended up being the distributor was bad, and so we replaced that, and then the CID box was also bad. That's basically the ignition brain for the whole system was also bad in the system. Well, that's back ordered. We can't get that. Well, we want to race on Sunday. So we took the Hyperspark garbage back out of it, and I put a $55 HEI Amazon distributor in it, stabbed it in there, rewired the 3 wires, and told the throttle body what the hell it needed to do. And it ran like nothing. Set it at 36 degrees advance, and he beat me that day with a $55 distributor and threw all of the Holly stuff away. Carburetor back on it, and he beat me by usually we run like a minute and 20 is the average time. He ran a minute 8.
him.
He
My man,
destroyed me on the track.
my man, do you have that on video?
We do. We actually have it on video. But I've been contemplating whether I'm going to put it out or not, because obviously if, Titlehead's going to be Holly Sniper's garbage, then Holly's going to get involved.
But how involved is that if you made something work? And that is
I have
something that is protected. Like,
I have a good friend that works for the big three. He's an engineer. And he has his own YouTube channel, which has about 150,000 views or 150,000 subscribers. And he has gone through and picked apart the big three on many things. They shut down his channel.
oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
there's more. There are some. You have to be careful with what you do.
They're getting out of their way, so they didn't did something to put him in a bad situation. They just fish him out of the system.
Which
Wow.
if you look on YouTube and you look at why is the Holly Sniper bad, you won't find any videos. If you do, they aren't around for long.
Wow. Seems
Never
they
more
need
test-
to work on something else besides carburetors.
All right, I gotta jump
Never
off.
more test- where are you in Michigan, bud?
I am right by Lansing, right in the middle.
Neverboard's there as well. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't hear you. Thank you very much for jumping on, Tom. Appreciate it.
Tom,
You
bye.
guys-
We don't care. So
No, he said something. I was yabbering. So go check out New Guy's Guitar if you need music for your channel. As long as you credit him, and I put a little blurb at the end of my videos and put his name in the description so you can find it and you can use whatever of his music's available.
So Dan, if you can put Tom's link, pay rent, Dan.
He's near Lansing, Neverboard, or sorry, Never Duck. That's his new name because he's been gaming a lot lately and he doesn't duck. He just gets shot in the head a lot.
Yep, we're halfway between Lansing and Grand Rapids, but we're closer to Lansing. We're right off 96 and 66. Look for the many Valaris in the yard. You'll find us. Everyone else does.
What happens if you do a book about what you did without any name? Any name, just put it out there.
I've thought about that as well, but there's going to be backlash from Holly.
They don't know the source. What backlash if they don't know where it's coming from? Google,
well, I mean,
PDF. You can download it here. Nothing, bro.
The sad part is a $55 distributor off Amazon works better than their $220 distributor.
That's what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, I could run the car with a hotter spark. I could advance it more, and it ran better than it ever did using a Holly Sniper.
That's why I did ask, because that sounds very interesting. I would like to see that.
For
you
as
have
much
a channel
money,
like that.
For as much money as Holly and as many companies as Holly owns, you think that they would be working to try to make things better? If it is a problem that it seems to be.
Well, even when I talked to their tech support, it took me an hour to get to the tech support line when I could actually talk to a human and actually diagnose that the CID box was bad. And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's bad. It's back ordered. So you're gonna," and I'm like, this car's been parked for forever. Well, you know what? You have our system, so that's what you got to deal with. And I'm like, the only way for this to work, like if this car were to die on power tour, it's getting towed back. You're not fixing it on the side of the road. It's getting towed. And that's the whole situation where I have a problem with that Holly system is I recently did a 2,400 mile road trip in my 1978 Dodge Aspen Super Coupe. And I ran it on a Mopar electronic ignition, 60 amp alternator, everything. Any failure that I could encounter on the side of the road, I have everything in the trunk to fix it. The only way for that to work with that Holly sniper system is if you had another $2,800 Holly sniper system for parts in your trunk. And that's the issue I have with Holly.
It's a shame, and I'm
in
wondering.
the back cave, Sulaiman.
Yeah, he's in his. Maybe you can speak to this because I don't know. I don't know much about Holly's injection systems at all. So Levi's saying
Neither.
that they released a Sniper 2, so they have a new version out. Is that better, or does anybody actually know?
Do you have a YouTube channel?
I want to say he actually had the Sniper 2 because he just bought it in the past 2 years. And then within the first year, it failed. And then the car sat for a year. I'm not parking a car for a year because the damn fucking, or excuse my French, but the damn, my carburetor won't talk to my computer.
If he has a channel, I want his channel. I want to be a subscriber.
Yeah, well,
of
hold
this
on.
guy.
Well, it's not Grumpy Dutch Guy. It's Dutch Guy Garage.
Well, you can see why I'm grumpy.
Yeah, please put the link, the mods, if you moderators, please, if you can. I'm interested in this guy.
This is exactly what I've been saying. I understand that, Dan, but you also hate fuel injection. So I wanted somebody that actually didn't just have it, likes butter knives and hates fuel injection. I wanted a little bit more information.
Well, let's put it this way. I took a Holly Sniper off, and I put 1972 technology on that car, and it ran. And he drove the car for the first time in a year, and we brought it to 7,000 RPMs, like that.
That sounds like that's very patriotic.
Levi's saying the only good fuel injection is multi-port Terminator X or Dominator HP. Any of those are okay.
I've heard good and bad about the Terminator X. I have my good YouTube friend that lives in town that has a huge channel. He has picked apart the Terminator X left and right. He had it on his C10. He had a C10 step side. Took the Terminator X on camera and threw it in the garbage. And it now has a quadrijet on it with a turbo.
When something doesn't work, it deserves to be destroyed and thrown in the garbage. Sometimes there's not a second chance. You didn't work when you're supposed to, you go to the garbage.
That goes first for politicians, though, Juan. Let's throw them in the trash. Maybe everything else will fix itself. So, all of them.
I don't think that is easy to fix. I don't think that's a good way.
No, but if you throw them all, it's not. You're not going to fix it. But if you throw them all in the trash, you'll at least send a signal that maybe we got to do something. No, I mean, like my Chandler, my 65 Rambler. It's a 2000 Cherokee underneath. It's factory fuel injection. So yeah. I mean, most of the factory stuff. Now the direct injection stuff, that's a whole nother nightmare because you've got every possible problem because you're directly injecting it into the cylinders. Yeah, it makes more power, but it has horrible service life. You can't fix it, and it gets ridiculous carbon buildup because the gas isn't washing there's no washing action of the fuel. So it just builds gunk up. And it's like I wouldn't even want to mess with any of that crap, to be honest with you.
Pardon me a few moments. I know that I'm an invite here for the moderators. I know you guys will. We have a nice story here. Why there's no link for this guy? You were giving a blue wrench for a reason. Please, dudes, if you can put this guy's channel link. Come on.
Yeah, Daniel's going to be your new best friend because he is a carburetor fanatic. I'm pretty sure he sleeps with his tunnel ram on his pillow beside him.
Oh, tunnel rams?
No, Dan, I hope you're watching.
Of course, you can from your phone. I have done it before.
Oh,
nice.
Snag on thunder. It's blue, so it's factory.
Yeah. That's all you need, right? Is the blue paint that makes it factory. Levi's saying he 147 and a quarter, 4,000 pound car with the Terminator X. The installation matters and way more. You try the cheap out, it will show.
I have not had personal experience with the Terminator X, so I can't.
No, you're right. None of the aftermarket stuff, everything, even all the development stuff I did, even the developed like at factory stuff was all, even that stuff in development was all factory stuff. So it wasn't like I've ever played with any of the aftermarket injection systems.
I personally have played with the Holly Sniper and I have played with the FI Tech, and I will say the FI Tech is worse than the Holly Sniper.
That I have heard.
I had one of the original FI Techs that had the command center.
That's
what they called it. And that regulated the fuel pressure. And yeah, just one day it decided, I'm not going to work anymore. And you get 80 pounds of fuel pressure on your carburetor.
Nice.
And the FI Tech customer support is non-existent. If you want to talk to a robot, you can talk to a robot and leave a message.
Sometimes you cannot even leave a message. They give you the options that none of them are what you're looking for, and they leave you stuck. Then you get a hold of a human, and they're like, why didn't you leave a message? Oh, man. I will make sure not to get involved with anyone that uses that method.
That was when I talked to Holly about the Holly Sniper, and I'm sitting there telling the guy, we're not breaking the negative side of the coil. And I sat there and told him everything, and he says, well, you're more experienced than most guys I talk to on the phone. I said, yeah, I'm not a freaking idiot. I know exactly how an ignition system works. And he's like, yeah, most people we talk to don't know how that works. I'm like, yeah, I unfortunately can understand that.
It's like we're becoming illiterate in fixing stuff. And you try to speak to someone and have a common sense and respectable conversation, and it's like you get nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm speaking not on the Holly stuff. I'm just getting a part on a discount auto parts. There's no word to describe that. Illiterate.
That's Dutch's link. And one thing that Levi did have a good point is there is something to be said that no matter what you buy, having it tuned, whether it be a carburetor or fuel injection, is important. If you don't have some tuning involved, you're more likely to have problems either way.
Yeah.
But not as many problems as you would with fuel injection versus carburetor.
I like this guy already.
Yeah. See, well, hold on. I'm going to move Juan over here. So there you go. You guys can be on top of each other. See, this is a carburetor corner.
Pardon me, I'm just trying to subscribe to this man.
Here's the difference.
Dan, what you doing
here? You want to know the
here?
difference?
You didn't even put a link. You didn't even put a link. Get out of here.
Hey,
what?
Juan.
Get out of here.
What? Who?
Juan, he's on his phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. All right, here's the difference. You want to know the true difference? Here, quiet. You want to know the true difference? A fuel injection system, you need a fancy computer or somebody who has a fancy computer and knows how to go through all this digital whatchamacallits, all right? For a carburetor, that's all you need to tune it. Fucking butter knife.
Maybe get some honey with that so your brain may work.
Maybe you should get some honey for that so your insults make sense.
Now play nice or you're both getting bounced.
You just don't understand. You're like the discount auto parts.
No, I don't understand because you're speaking Spanish.
I speak both languages, dude. You only speak one.
That's right. The only one that matters.
You don't even know the vocabulary in English. I have corrected you in your own language.
El tequila. Hombre.
Oh man.
Hey, now Dan.
Cocaine. See, I can say all the Mexican words.
You didn't know what parcel was.
All right. You want to both be timed up for a second? The worst insult in the world is telling somebody they speak poor English when they speak at least two languages. you speak English poorly enough that you don't even constitute speaking one language correctly. So let's not pick on the man who's speaking two languages
My
at once.
insults
Hey,
don't
now,
make sense.
I speak
by
English
him.
fluently, right? My vernacular is on point. And we're talking about carburetors.
Your beard doesn't even make sense.
My near?
Your beard.
Weird.
Beard. Face. Hair.
My beard. Look, just because you don't have one doesn't mean you can make fun of mine, all right?
I could have one. The guy on top of
Where?
you, he has a stylish one.
Well, actually, your brother's correct. You got out of bed. Start talking about carburetors, how much fuel injection sucks, and magically you're healthy.
I know. Well, I wouldn't say healthy. I feel better today than I have for the past 5 days. It's ridiculous.
Finally, you're admitting that you're
don't get COVID.
ridiculous.
COVID sucks. I still can't taste anything. And that almost makes life not worth living. Well, you can't taste shit. Just saying
I
it
still
right
don't
now.
have that much sense of smell after having COVID. It's come back to some extent, but it's been a couple of years now, so I think that'll change.
Yeah.
Maybe your nonsense is called COVID.
These two like each other, believe it or not. This is normal. We just kind of fight
You
each
see
other.
my JB welded carburetor?
Oh, yeah. Look at his Play-Doh carburetor.
The
Nice.
JB Weld. That is either going to work really good or not at all. There's no in between.
Even the chupacabra will run seeing that.
Well,
See,
if you've seen on the Telegram, it's got a thermoquad 1000 on the front and then an 850 on the back.
Nice.
We're going to run a progressive linkage, and it's going to work road racing.
Grumpy Dutch guy, I like your background there. Well, that's a good place where you're at.
It's working on it. I'm getting garage doors next week. I've been waiting on garage doors since November.
I can imagine. But they tell you COVID?
What?
Yeah, that's the excuse. We don't have anything since COVID.
No,
Didn't you knew that? The news guy, didn't you knew that?
No, I can barely hear a word any of y'all are saying. Actually, I gotta turn up the damn volume, I think.
Hace frio.
Holy shit. I can hear
I understood it. You said it well.
I am halfway bilingual.
Well, I was gonna say something for them, but he cannot handle it.
I mean, really, I speak multiple languages, or at least the important words in them.
Evasion.
Well, yeah.
Doesn't make
sense. He speaks fine. He can't spell worth of shit. There's a difference.
Well, yeah, no, I can't spell anything. See,
I speak half a language.
It sucks because I cannot type the way I talk because I can't spell the words that I use in actual fucking speak.
You've misspelled maybe enough that I'm beginning to think that's the correct way to spell it.
See? That's the way to do it. If Democrats can change fucking languages and terminology, so can I.
We're not going there. If you
No.
talk politics, you have to say that they both suck, or you don't get to talk about it.
It's not politics; it's truth.
All right, so I got something on politics this week, but it's in the middle.
Hey, okay.
All right, so I bought the property where I'm at because I don't like to pay taxes.
Where you're at, location-wise?
Yep. My winter taxes I got in the mail the other day. My winter taxes have fluctuated between $500 and $700. Total taxes for the year were about $1,100. Mm-hmm. I built this new building. I got my letter last week that said my winter taxes went from $721 to $4,800.
Go.
Yeah.
So I went down and talked to the county, and I've done this whole building by the book. Again, I don't like to pay taxes. This is a full metal frame, metal building. A permanent structure in my area, which would be a garage or a house, deems that its foundation has to be below grade. This is concrete anchored to a 6-inch pad with a 1-foot footer. It is not a permanent structure according to my township, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a fancy carport. Never mind that has a snow load 3 times what we call for and a wind load double what we call for. So I went down to the county and talked to him about everything. And we have this new county assessor, and she deemed my building an agricultural building, right? Okay, so we sit down and have a conversation about how my building's a fancy carport, and when I pulled my building permit, it's a fancy carport. That's what the building permit says. After fighting with the building township or the building commission and everything like that, and she says, nope, your building falls under carport / metal on metal agricultural. Well, how the fuck do you know my building is metal? You never been inside of it. Well, that's what it looks like. So my taxes jumped $4,800. So I told her, I said, so you deem my building agricultural, right? Correct? Yep. That's what we're going to tax you on. Well, agricultural building in Michigan deems you do not have to pull any permits. So I'm going to insulate and run electrical, and I'm not going to run a freaking permit. And she's, oh, you can't, you got to talk to the building commission before you can do that. It's no. You're taxing me on an agricultural building. I'm going to do whatever I please. Have a nice day.
Wow.
Nice.
Well,
Right.
this is not, I think, politics. This is what is rightfully yours.
No,
And
it's
you want to
government.
do things by the book. This is, well, you guys call
When
it
I bought
politics,
this building,
Mhm.
I paid another $800 for engineered blueprints, so I would never have to fight with the township, and I never had to fight with the county. So far, I've had to fight with both.
Smart man. I bet if you get a lawyer, everything will be resolved quicker because
Well, at
that's
this
how it
point,
is. Mhm.
I ran the numbers between pulling an electrical permit and getting a final inspection and everything like that, because the building's only 98% complete because it doesn't have front doors.
Mhm.
My building's agricultural. Sorry, I'm not pulling any more permits. My building's done. You don't get any more of my money. Where if I pulled the permits, it would be at like $5,400, and Michigan does a 2% decrease in your building taxable value every year. So next year, my taxes will go down, even though I have the same building. But you're not getting any more of my money because I have an ag building, and that's what you tax me on.
It's a shame that you got hammered with a $4,800 a year increase or a one-time fee.
No, it's just this year. So next year it will go down 2%. But
That's still a giant kick in the
Yeah.
gonad.
it is basically. I bought my house. My house is 3,500 square feet. I live in a low income county. It's 3,500 square feet. It's all been restored. The house was built in 1874. It's a big monster of a house, and we bought it for $101,000. According to them, this pole barn raised my value almost to $500,000.
Wow.
Well, because everyone is appraising stupid stuff at that price, so that's
Sounds
where
like
they're
you
going
did.
for. But they did that without an appraisal, just by what they think.
Yeah, they went out with a tape measure and they said you have 12-foot ceilings according to what we say, and yeah, that's what they did.
If you can get a lawyer, man, and get that resolved, and you're having a business, that's what we want, to be our own bosses and do what we want to do.
No.
It's to the point though where I can save money on pulling permits and arguing with the county of how this has to be the code and this has to be the code, where it makes sense to just eat the taxes to say you don't get to do anything more in my building.
You're willing to pay for it, but for in exchange for the freedom of based on what they tax you for.
I can wire this building however I please. I can
Well-
insulate it. I can put lifts in. I can start a freaking business here. It's zoned ag.
Okay. Well, best of luck on that. But I still wish that you get the justice that anyone deserves, because you're doing great things. If you're repairing cars or whatever you're doing, man, you're doing better than most.
The funny
And I'm
part
glad for
was
it. Mhm.
is I used to have a 2-stall attached garage when we bought this place in 2016. 2017, we had significant wind damage where I had to take the building down. My taxes never lowered. So I talked to the county on that. She's like, well, you could technically unbolt that building and your taxes would go down. I said, okay, why didn't my taxes go down when I took the other building down? Right? So she went through, her computer goes back to 2001. The people that used to own our house was the fire chief of the fire department.
Uh,
She says that building never existed. I said, excuse me? So
Mhm.
I got the tax documents out with the pictures that she took. And the building's clearly there. The building was built in 1994 and they never raised the taxable value. According to them, that building never existed. Isn't that funny? Just because you're a fire chief?
I'm
No,
not
it's
surprised. When you said fire chief, I knew
it's
something was gonna be on.
it's kind of funny how it's funny shitty because that's how that stuff works. I run into that stuff in my little town. There's a whole lot of rules, but they don't apply to everyone equally.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's every town everywhere.
It's a little better here because it's 25,000 people where I'm at, and I'm country in the city, as they say, and I've got just about a half acre, and my neighbors are great, and I can do pretty much whatever I want. So can everybody else. So and my taxes are extremely low. I can't afford to build a garage in the back, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate. My taxes have, times five as to what they were because of a building.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I insist you need a lawyer and get this resolved, and probably you will know other things that maybe you didn't knew and be better.
Well, it's the question of will you win, and will the price offset everything?
Yeah.
I don't live in Clare County. I live in Ionia County, a little bit south.
Well, to me, what it sounds like is you just need to run for some sort of public office and erase your building from the records once you get in.
Well, I was actually talking to my wife because I was contemplating running for drain commissioner. And because we have a creek that runs the north side of our property. It's a beautiful, lovely creek. It's about 2 feet wide, but it runs diagonal across the top north side of our property. And we have a farmer down the road. He's a crop farmer. And he brought forward a motion during COVID. He wanted that creek to be improved because it floods his one field. So he put forward this motion during COVID, and you were only allowed to view it on a Zillow date and view it through Zillow and disagree with it. So they passed it during COVID. So my 2-foot wide creek that runs the north side of my property, they want to put a easement in. They offered me $1 for a quarter of an acre, which is not anything. Quarter of an acre in our area is about 18,000. And they want to cut basically my property in half and dig a 60-foot wide by 4-foot deep trench to increase the flow of this creek.
Oh,
And they offered me $1.
I think they're supposed to do
No,
that.
Sold.
no, that's basically $1 because they have to give you something.
Yes, they have to
That-
give you something so it states that, and they said it's not a public easement, but again, my drain field's in that area, so they can drive an excavator back there and ruin my drain field, and not be reliable or responsible for the damage they do. That's in the fine print.
No.
Yeah, they get if you dug that, they would fine you into the ground. If they did it and screwed it up, you've got no recourse.
Yes.
But
Again,
man,
not to get political. Sorry.
no, this is something
That's government, which both parties suck equally, and they suck because we have an overwhelming government we shouldn't have. But that's
but
neither
this
here.
is a home. It can happen to anyone. So when you have something great like where you're at, and it doesn't deserve to be treated like that. It can be a house for generations to come.
Yeah.
Why ruin such a fine piece? And it's not necessary. And all that I'm saying is supposed to be considered when they pass something like you mentioned, which you didn't mention any consideration.
Well, I didn't like the fact that they tried it during COVID and we couldn't fight it in person.
Yeah,
And
that's the trick.
That's when they passed it, and they gave us 2 days notifications when we got the letter in the mail that you could view in on Zillow, and it was very vague, and it would oh, mysteriously it's passed. And the drain commissioner, he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and I'm like, you can get your engineer out here and show me exactly what you're gonna do. So they started putting stakes in, and they wanted to take down 10 feet of my fence. I'm like, no, that's where my drain field is. Nope, we aren't playing that game.
No,
they were saying, this neighbor signed and this neighbor signed, and they said it was okay. You go and talk to those neighbors, and they're like, well, they told us you signed. I'm like, oh, so we're getting real shady now. We're getting real shady. Yeah.
Find the P. Where's the P? Find the P. Where's the P?
Exactly.
Well, this is my house. You can pass through me with that machine. But because, well, what can you do in a situation like that?
You don't own a Cat D90 dozer that's armor plated by any chance, do you?
No, actually, what I've done, because when I dug out the foundation for the garage, basically I can't fight the creek. It's already been approved. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, and so we found like old farming equipment when we dug the foundation. We found all kinds of garbage. I dumped it in the creek. You can clean up that mess because you're gonna screw me anyway, so you can clean up every freaking bit of it. I had 2 trees I took down that were 4 foot around. They're in the creek.
Nice.
I don't know why you don't make because you describe everything so well. You said so much in so little. Why don't you make this public? And hopefully something in your favor happens, because that's your house. No matter what they sign or they did, because you say they didn't have your approval. I know they're skipping some things by the book.
Yeah, we've been battling this for 2 years. That they've been trying to get me to sign over, and they threatened eminent domain. Their lawyer did. They basically said that they're going to take it no matter what. And I was like, all right, we can play this game. We can play this game.
Constitution? No Constitution too? No, man.
This is 2024. The Constitution's outdated according to everybody else.
It still exists.
The Constitution's been gone since 1913. That's a whole other conversation. It's way bigger than this conversation.
Yeah, but go public, and if you have enough number, I know some things can be done. and
Well,
hopefully.
you know McDonald's saying about the Well Water and Drain Commission. No, they're just going to sell it all to Nestle anyway, so don't worry about it. For a penny on the
Hey,
dollar.
you better watch out, though. You go a little too public with this, they might just sue you for $500 million for some strange reason.
Yeah.
Nobody can come up with.
Or they'll raise my taxes to the point where I can't live here.
Yeah, there's a good possibility that your new assessment is due to the fact you won't play ball with them. You know that, right?
I know. But it's, talking to all the neighbors, and we do have a lawyer lined up, and because this got passed during COVID where none of us could fight it. And so we brought it back to the board and said, we want a reevaluation. Now that we can actually be there in person, none of us want this. There is one crop farmer that wants it because he's too cheap to put fucking tile in.
No way.
Yep. And they're like,
so
well,
sorry there.
Yeah, and they're like, well, it's a taxable evaluation because not only are they taking my land for $1, I have to pay for this. I have to pay for any improvements they do. So they were going to charge me $15,000 to clear out the tree line in that creek. That was my taxable evaluation. And they're like, oh, we're going to span it over 20 years. So you only have to pay this much. I'm like, I don't want you to steal my property, for one. And two, it doesn't flood my land. It floods his land. How about he pays for it?
And no one should be penalized beyond reasoning for the amendment.
Hey, I gotta go ahead and cut out of here, everybody. I got to get up in the morning.
Nice seeing you, DNS.
Thanks, bud.
Later.
Later.
Take care, man.
Later.
Well, you guys probably heard me complain enough about the government.
That is, I don't. It's your home, man. It's your dream, what you're building there. That's what this country is about. Not taking what is not rightfully yours, which is you're a victim here. They should not be allowed to do such a thing. That's what I'm saying. But since you have things on the works that probably you don't want to mention, and I suggest you don't mention because you said a lawyer. So I hopefully wish you that everything goes well.
No,
this is unnecessary.
Sorry. You're likely right, and the only power you'd have is joining together with enough neighbors that you can fight. If it's just you, then nobody's going to care.
Right. I have a suggestion.
Go ahead.
Pull on that YouTube string. You got access to hundreds and hundreds of people that can make a lot of noise, and
that's what I'm being telling. In other words.
Well, actually, the way I've stalled them the past 2 years, because this project was supposed to go forward pretty much immediately after COVID, is I told them I want an environmental survey done. Because we have sandhill cranes that flock on the north side of our property. Sandhill cranes are an endangered species, and that's so far shut them down for 2 years.
Oh yeah. Nobody wants to mess with the EPA.
No.
Use the government against the government is always your best weapon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do it on YouTube, man.
That's an idea. And a David Attenborough-esque, David Richards.
And if not,
a little documentary about that crane and how it flocks in your place, and they want to take it out, they'll leave you alone.
And you're well spoken, so you just have to move the camera and take the time, which is not free, right? But it's your property. And then if you have YouTuber friends that have a lot of subscribers and they pitch in, like on the community post, it's gonna get bigger. And Facebook, for people that don't know, many creators are going to Facebook because things move a lot more. Yeah. So if you don't have a Facebook account, make your channel and put that in there.
Big title card. Are you tired of government bullies?
Yeah. because you're being bullied.
Yeah, it bullied on all fronts, unfortunately.
And you want to work. So why they have to bully you if you want to work and make a living? You're not what you're doing.
Not the right idea, man.
What is wrong with you that you're doing? Protecting your land? No.
You're not making them money. That's the problem.
If he works, he's making
himself money, not them money.
He's rolling around. Everyone paid taxes one way or another, so he's doing.
Well, that was like when I was talking to assessor. She said all of Michigan seen a 13% increase in their taxable value this year.
Yeah. Oh, I noticed.
Jeez. I bet you guys miss Engler up there, don't you?
No, he sucked too. He just sucked in a different way.
Well, I mean, our governor's been quiet ever since she hasn't got to be vice president.
Oh,
I'm sure
come
you
on
noticed
now. No, honestly, I thought about this the other day. That whole thing where they plotted to kill her. The FBI paid 18 people to try to conspiratorial kill the governor of my state. I think I'd be kind of pissed at the federal government if I was her. Just to be honest with you.
I'm still here when I research something. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The whole thing. Her whole thing was, what was it? I'm going to fix the damn roads. Was that what she said?
Yeah. Well, yeah. When she tried to raise everybody's taxes even more, they raised our registration 20%. We didn't see shit for it. Then they tried desperately to increase the gas tax like 10 or 15 cents a gallon, and thankfully that got bumped down. But it's like I'm paying like $50 more a car a year to register them. Our insurance is the worst in the country in terms of it's 30% higher than almost every other state. And if you live in Detroit, you're screwed. If you get into insurance, it's way beyond that.
I will say registering a car is worse in Ohio. Because, I have 1-ton pickups. If you have a 1-ton pickup in Ohio, you get commercial. Immediately commercial. And it's 3 times what it should be.
That's why you see a lot of, because I'm in Ohio right now. That's why you see a lot of those guys with Nebraska plates or some shit.
There's 2 good things in Ohio: Jeep and functional histories. Other than that, the state can kiss my ass.
If you can give me a moment, folks, Dutch guy, I will put a link here, and I do suggest that you watch for it. It's Institute for Justice, and they help people like in your case. They revise all cases, but in case they want to do it for you, it's supposed to be free. Okay? Just for you, if you want to take it and watch it, at least, and see what it's about, and then you make your decision whether you want to submit what you're going through.
I appreciate that.
But do it. I have suggested to people, and they're big on YouTube. They're getting big on YouTube, so I don't want people like you losing the dreams that you're building, man. That's what we're here. Yeah. Everyone is here because we want to do something better. So
yeah,
there you go.
Luckily, the taxable value is maxed in Michigan. If we were in California, they would be able to do the full 13%. But in Michigan, they're capped at, even though its taxable value is increased by 13, they only can bill you for 5%.
Yeah, it's all a percentage game. I love trying to actually decipher it when I got my assessment last week, and it was like, how are they justifying this random thing because this carry 1, knit 2, pearl 3? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I still probably have the lowest taxes of anybody in my neighborhood or anybody in this area. Like I moved from New Baltimore, and my taxes, I had less land and about the same house, and they were double what they are here. Now they're slowly increasing every year, but so is my house value.
Seems that is happening everywhere.
But we're supposed to be in a recession.
No, nothing. Yeah, we're in a recession. The government's not.
Right.
And like
we're in a lot of things.
Before is Victor's here to bitch in 1/64th scale. So
Just a little bitch.
if you don't know, Victor's functional histories, and he basically makes Hot Wheels versions of all the cool YouTuber cars, including the guy next to you, that orange Mustang. He's got a 1/64th either coming or
The orange Mustang.
See, 6%'s colorblind. If you didn't know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
I finished 3 builds today, man. Oh, my eyes are on fire. Oh.
Well, don't put the super glue in your eyes. That'll fix that.
You don't put salt in your eyes. Sorry, I think it was Living Color did that.
Eye drops, Victor.
No, it's salt. Oh no, I don't. I can't do it, man. Like you put a drop in my eye, and my eye is just done for the rest of the night. I just have to
go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's a sleep thing for you.
Finished up Falcon today.
I think. Can you make him? Yeah. Because
Well, yeah, I had to get there. Sorry.
Really happy with that one.
including the patina.
Yeah, well, my wife did all that, but
Okay.
I also finished a certain C20 pickup truck and a certain Ford Ranger today. So those videos are going to be on the edit tomorrow.
Okay.
Nice.
So we will see.
Actually, give me a second. I want to show you that that C20.
Hold on. Is there flames in the bell then?
Yeah, there's fire.
Either you've got one hell of a gas problem or you got a torch.
What is that avatar?
You know, it's Taco Tuesday, Dutch. It's not Taco Wednesday, so.
Oh, I have acid reflux, so I can't do any tacos.
That's why he's grumpy. No wonder he's grumpy. I cannot blame you for it.
Okay, so we finished a wee Ford Ranger.
Hey, that looks cool.
Thanks.
Tonneau cover.
Yep, that would be the Dr. Art-mobile.
Yep. And if I can get the hood off, we even printed his LS.
Oh,
But that's, I mean, I'm proud of it. Don't get me wrong, but this one is the one that we're rocking today.
well, that body style, I do prefer it more. I do like it.
Neat.
That would be Frankenstein's, right?
Uh-huh. Want to see the really cool feature of this one?
Yeah, show them the party trick.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that took a lot of engineering. I've got a bunch of C10 bodies over here.
Does it play music too?
No.
That will, if you do that, yeah, oh man, that will be cool.
Yeah. Oh, put me back up there, Scott. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I need a light that's not attached to the. Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Here. Flashlight. Let's see, can you see the flames?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got ghost flames on the hood. So this one's got every detail that we could smash into it, man. It even says Frankenstein C20 on the back.
Yeah, I saw that truck in person. There's a lot of stuff going on with that truck.
I talked to Art, or not Art. Art's sitting here on my desk. I talked to Les today about it, and he's like, man, I knew it would take a while. Yeah, it took a while. And like 7 other bodies.
Nice to see you, Dean.
I've got C20s laying all over my shop.
But for the guy the truck that you showed,
Yeah, the truck.
can you make a copy and paint it pink and send it to him? to see his reaction.
I can do anything as long as I'm commissioned to do it, man.
If you pony up the dough, he'll make you a Barbie car, Juan.
Oh yeah, I'll totally. I've got a pretty pink sitting over here.
You have to 3D print a single wide trailer and put dentist office on the side of it because Juan loves those weird dentist offices.
Okay, yeah, I'll put one of those creepy chairs with the arms and stuff on it too.
Hey, I saw a movie and the line they said, "Oh, we are robbers and we are not getting enough money." You know what should be? We should have been dentists. I was like, I have to take this and send it to 6%.
They're robbers.
Is that what you sent me?
No, I haven't sent it to you.
Okay, because that was the last thing you sent me. It wouldn't load. I wouldn't transfer over.
You should take a Jeep and a Rambler and just like put them together to make his Chandler.
You wouldn't doubt it, or you wouldn't believe it, but I've actually been hunting for a Rambler.
Hey,
yeah. Yeah, you might find them, but you're not going to find a 4-door 1965 Rambler.
Nope, I have to make one.
Now, come on, we've already got the Honchero going. That's goofy enough. So.
Oh yeah. No, I'm good with it. I just, yeah, it might be a little easier.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I actually got a project for you.
Hey, can I share my screen with you? Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hold on one second here.
Go ahead.
I don't mind. That's up to 6%. I don't mind.
Yeah, and then I think Dutch has got something he wants to talk to you about too.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you said Chris, his Roadrunner from Busted Radio.
Yeah, he did.
I'm gonna send me your mailing info. I'm gonna send you a Volare. I need you to make his Aspen, but put a slant 6 in it.
Can you just send me a real Volare?
We're close to that kind.
If Volare, this would be the man to see. So.
Oh yeah, dude. That was my first car. My grandmother gave me her 78.
Hey, thanks for jumping in.
Nice.
So, can you guys see my screen?
You're making that big ass limousine.
Ooh.
If I can find that body, I'd like to. I talked with him today. He said that he'd, just pick one out. He said, send me the info and, make a card for me. He said he got burned by some other guy. And I was like, "Ooh, rock on. I got you, buddy." So
Nice.
that I'm going to be making that. And I've got another one that I wanted to show you. Let me find it here. JKLMN. There it is. This one we're going to be putting together for Neological, who's a card gamer.
It didn't change, at least on my end.
Are you still seeing me?
I'm still seeing you. I still got the screen up.
Oh,
it
well,
just has
okay.
the limo. Oh.
I hope you like my background.
Juan's in a brick house.
Give me a second. I got you.
Hold on. But Juan is just another brick in the wall.
Yeah.
Juan's back at school.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go back there.
Holy Christ.
What in the fish sticks is going on over here?
Oh, what the hell? Is this 6% live? God, that gets boring.
Yeah. 6%. I think that is you. Okay.
I can't get rid of it. Hold on.
The infinite wave.
Yes. Hello. Okay. It wouldn't go away. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, somebody did.
You kicked him out. Scott, why? Why?
I didn't kick anybody out.
Well, I got something to show off while we wait for him.
Hey, how do you do that green screen effect one?
These are something we are making now. This is
Rock panel?
Nope. This is a rear quarter replacement. for Aspen over Laurie. No one makes his patches but us.
What the fuck, Scott?
Yeah, they kick you out.
I didn't kick anybody out.
We now have the wheel lips, and we have the front quarter replacements as well.
Dude, do you know how many people in this area are going to go apeshit over just that?
Yeah, can you sell Vic a Volare one piece at a time?
He missed out. I just sold one.
Okay. Dan, you got a question for me?
What? Yeah. What? How do you do that green screen thing?
Okay, let me explain. I go to the settings on StreamYard, and then go to virtual background, and you have like I chose something that is on there, but you can add probably
you
a
go
picture
to
or something.
There's a what setting?
Dean,
Okay.
it's made out of real metal. I can assure you.
Go to settings.
We even have the
I don't have that
lens
option.
and everything.
Virtual background.
Are you actually making a full stamping for it, or are you doing it by hand?
I am doing it by hand right now, because the tooling for a full stamping would be $100,000 plus.
That's why I was asking, because that's a commitment on a whole other level if you're actually making tooling for it. So,
but now that I have these down, and I have the quarter lips down, and I have the front quarters down, I'm like probably a month and a half from making full quarters for an Aspen and Volare.
Oh,
cool.
Dude.
So, being as AMD will not pick us up.
yeah.
I actually found out this. I have a friend that collects 67 Chargers. No one in the country makes a 67 or 66 Dodge Charger replacement quarter panel except for one man. One man hand makes them, and he has a waiting list for like 8 months.
Yeah.
People like that, they have all that list, and then they're getting older too. People like that, so there's no one that can replace them. So if you fit in those things, I think you will be well off.
Yeah, we're right now with metal costs and everything. We're looking at $1,400 a pair for something you cannot buy. I think that's pretty reasonable.
For a Charger, I think people will pay for it because it's a piece that will fit in there.
Having making stuff for my car that you can't get parts for, yeah, no, I would have paid somebody. There was one company in Canada that was making replacement AMC panels, and I'd been in contact with them, but they were shutting down. I haven't heard from them since, so I think they just said screw it and just were done. They couldn't with the cost of the bill, they couldn't sell them anymore.
Yeah, that's because the 66, 67 Charger guy, he charges $2,000 for a pair plus shipping. So us coming at, Volares aren't, worth as much, but $1,400 I feel is fair. NOS quarter panels at like Carlisle are bringing $1,800 to $2,000. So if we can bring this to the market, we can actually see cars restored. And that is the biggest detriment on my side of the hobby is we have wonderful cars that have amazing options, but there's no parts out there.
Yeah. Most of the stuff that you're getting is either out of a junkyard or
You're making it.
I don't know. I'd give
the thing about that.
I'd give you my Charger to have my Volare back.
Yeah.
Oh, Victor did it. Nice place, Victor.
Also,
I know, right? I went inside.
Let's see the Victor's background here.
Oh, geez.
It's a nice place, right?
Yeah.
Hey. You just fucking upgraded.
Mopars, Mustangs, and minivans. Get out of my house!
Oh my god!
What you're doing on my roof? Get out of here!
Now, if you both could play the piano.
I got some serious sausage fingers, man. That ain't happening. Look, two of them are disappearing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm fading, Doc.
You're color keying out of the screen there. You're actually probably a couple years ahead of being real popular because as it gets to be too expensive to restore anything from the 60s and early 70s, you're going to be the man to get parts from because
that's a good point.
Cars are going to get more and more desirable.
Well, I mean, we're really starting to see that value, especially now. Like when I started into the Aspen Volare hobby about 10 years ago, you could buy a beautiful, beautiful car for, $6,000-7,000. You're hopping in it, you're driving it to Cars and Coffee, you have no issues. Now we're starting to see that value increase. Like I seen a Super Coupe sell for $48,000 the other day. That's an insane value.
Yeah.
But again, you're talking about cars that people are going to pay up because we're starting to see that market, the people that grew up seeing these cars in posters. Well, now I want to have that car that I had as a poster, now that I'm an adult and the kids are out of the house, but there's no replacement panels for. So if you're the average Joe, I can spend $10,000 on a car, but it needs all this metal work. You can't buy any parts for it unless you're willing to pay an absolute premium and hunt. That's what I did for all of my cars. I've hunted for 10 years to restore all of them. And it's unfortunate, but it's the way AMD said they will not touch us. I have offered them NOS quarter panels. You can have these. Make us parts. And AMD says there's not enough of a market. We're not interested. AMD to say
stupid.
They are. I absolutely agree because like the Plymouth Duster and the Dodge Dart.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some of that. Sorry.
7172 is being priced out of the everyday Joe's market now. They're bringing 40,000. They're bringing 45,000. And if you got 3 kids in car payments, you're not dropping that to buy a car anymore. You're just not doing that. And that's when the Aspens and Volares are falling into that niche where it is the last of the rear-wheel drive cars that you can buy. And they come with the 360, they come with the 318, and you can soup them up.
Oh,
and we're really starting to see that market right now.
Nightstar is happening the same with parts.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You're seeing the guys that grew up with these cars on posters, especially like the what is it? The GNX Buicks or whatever the hell they're called, or the Shelby Daytonas,
Grand National.
The Grand National. Yep, those cars are going way up in price further than they've ever gone before because the guys that grew up seeing those cars in magazines, I want that now. The kids are out of the house, and it's just we're seeing, for a lack of a better term, it's called the Malazze era. It was boring. We seen smog. But the guys that grew up with that, we want that now.
And I missed my window. I wanted to get a big body 2-door Chevy or Pontiac, the late 70s, where it was still the big car and make it like a Baja car. And now people are asking $4 or $5 grand for shit. Like, no, the cars still look like shit. They're not. That's not going to change. They weren't cool then. They're not cool now.
Right.
I get it. That's all that's left, but at least the cars you're dealing with, there's something special about them. It's not just this blah boat.
Yeah, that's why I've assembled the collection that I've got. I have the rarest of the rare in terms of Aspens Volares.
Hey, cool is in the eye of the beholder.
I'm on my computer.
What's up, Victor? What's up?
Well, I was just I was wondering if you could pan down a little bit so we could see some of it.
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're still in the way, but whatever.
Victor doesn't give a half an ass about you. He just wants to see your stuff. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I can walk around.
You can't? Oh, it's a laptop.
Yeah.
I had one of those for like 2 weeks.
This is a 1977 Dodge Aspen Sport Coupe. That is a 1 of 1 confirmed. There's no other one like it in the world. It's a factory blue on blue with a white vinyl top. Not that too crazy. This is the 1980 Aspen RT with 1977 stripes. It's a factory stripe delete car that I decided to put earlier stripes on.
Is that
factory.
rigid?
What's that?
You got rigid tools? Yeah.
Yep.
Well done. Continue, please. Sorry about that.
And then
I'm a bit of a tool addict.
No, is that a wagon?
Yep.
No way! I love those.
Ooh,
It's so hideous.
1979. Let me move my racing seatbelts here a minute. This one's actually cool. I built this for my wife. This is my wife's car. So she blew up the factory original Slant 6. So what do? Ooh, you throw things on the ground, apparently. So the coolest thing about this car is it is a GW code interior, which came on 503 cars.
Oh, the plaid one, right?
Plaid.
Yeah, the plaid.
Nice.
It's not plaid.
That's so hideous, man. I love it.
Oh,
So
that's cool. I don't know what you're talking about.
I do like it.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't like it. I just know it's ugly.
It's beautiful. It ain't ugly.
Is that wood grain as well? It's brown with wood grain.
Yes. So the wife blew up the Slant 6, right?
No. How do you
Nice.
keep that thing from
Nice.
twisting like a pretzel when you take off?
It's a challenge. It's a 451 stroker. 531 horsepower is what it's dynoed at.
Nice.
And then
Jeez, that is slick.
this monstrosity behind me is actually a Richard Petty edition Plymouth Valari kit car, one of 247 ever made. And then I have a Dodge Aspen Richard Petty edition, which they only made 145 of. Along with, I have my Super Coupes at the other barn as well, which they only made 531 of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, there was a Petty and then there was an AJ Foyt car, correct? Or something like that? Where they were sort of competing different areas of the country or something like that?
No AG Floyd for Valari.
I thought there was something, I must be misremembered. I thought they had made a Foyt one and a Petty one. It might have, I must think it was another car line or something else. But
And how's the angle impact wrench has worked for you, Dutch?
What's that?
The angle impact wrench, how it's been working for you?
Wow,
the rigid angle impact wrench.
Angle impact wrench.
Which one? I have the 3/8. I have a 1/2 inch, and then I have
The
a
half
big
inch.
1/2 inch.
The half inch.
I can't break it.
Sounds like you've tried.
I've tried
Nice.
multiple times. My 3/8 though, I will give it credit. I've had it for like 6 years. I've actually got it to the point where I burned the brushes out of it, and I attached my 1/2 inch to the 3/8. And I heard you could do this, so I tried it. And you run the 1/2 inch attached to the 3/8, and it does something to the brushes, and it restarted the 3/8. And I've had it working like that for like 2-3 years now, where it just you ran it backwards and it fixed it.
You made a Franken ratchet.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I think what he's saying is that he took one to charge the other, fix the other one's brushes.
Yeah. The nice thing about Rigid is it actually goes down the same line as Milwaukee. So they have the same motors for a third of the price.
Someone knows what they're talking.
Right.
Mhm.
And I can take them to Home Depot if I have something go bad, which the only thing I've had go bad in the past 9 years since I've started with Rigid is one 4 amp hour battery and one drill. And the drill was my fault because I was doing a 5-inch hole saw and I just burned the guts out of it. I walked up to Home Depot and I set both of them on the counter and they gave me brand new ones for free.
Yeah, they work different now, but on batteries they usually will give you one for free. Well, exchange for a new one. Sorry.
Right. And I actually use Milwaukee for my job, my daily job, and I've burned up drills. I've burned up impact drivers, and my boss has sent them back to Milwaukee because of the lifetime warranty. They send them back in pieces and claim overuse.
How do you overuse a tool?
That's my question.
I have heard multiple complaints. Depends where you live or who gets who does arrive to. But I have heard people Milwaukee doing great with the warranty, and like your boss's case too.
Yeah, I will say the best thing I bought from Rigid so far is the 3/8 battery powered ratchet.
Look at Slimo's comment.
Well, of course, that's day to day in the tech field.
Slimo, I think for you, instead of Rigid, it will be called AAG as the letters, but you can get it.
What's happening, man? Like Biker? Yeah, Rigid, Milwaukee, and a couple other companies are made by TTI.
Yeah, but
this is my favorite.
The long,
Oh yeah, the Rigid Overkill.
I own 36 Rigid tools, and this is my favorite I've ever bought.
Well, let's say
Oh yeah, I've got a Dremel.
I got a butter knife.
Dremel are good.
You what?
An engraved
We're
butter
going downhill real quick. We've gone from Rigid to Dremel to butter knife.
I let's say I prefer Milwaukee for normal ratchets, but they're the same gears, so
it all depends on
pick what you want. They're the same thing.
Right. But you're gonna pay 2/3 more of the price to have something red.
Of course.
Milwaukee does have more tools available at this current time than Rigid does. I will give them that. But Rigid is catching up very, very fast. I actually bought a Rigid chainsaw the other day.
Yeah.
It's a battery-powered chainsaw. It works perfectly fine.
They're not catching up. It's just they're being limited. And if they're doing something and they don't get limited, usually it's better than the red ones. I will just let it at that. You guys figure out.
Right. I just like the fact that if I burn up that tool, I can walk into Home Depot and say, this is bad, and they hand you a new one. Or they hand you an upgraded one.
Or they rebuild it. They're rebuilding it if you pass the years of the warranty and you get into the
Rigid has lifetime.
See, yeah, but sometimes they will tell you to send it to a place and they will rebuild it with the
I've never had that issue. I walk into my Home Depot and this is bad.
Well, your case is special. I have to go there then when something like that happens.
And Rigid, like in other parts of the globe, Rigid has a lot more tool line. They're actually like where places where Milwaukee isn't, Rigid has a lot more tools available.
Yeah, Rigid's actually in Australia, and they call it I think it's
AAG.
Yeah, AAG. Yep. And they actually make a grinder that takes two 18-volt batteries.
Yeah.
And I was looking at one of those the other day. I'm like, man, I could cut a lot of dumb stuff with two 6-amp-hour batteries if I had them in the grinder.
Dutch, if you really want a grinder, you gotta hear me. Go with Flex, and Acme Tools have a sale. And it has lifetime warranty, and they will give you a battery, and the battery system is LiPo batteries. That is a beast.
Hold on, Dan's trying to sneak something in the background here. So what do you got, Dan?
Well, I was gonna wait till they were done with their conversation. I got the American ratchet.
Made in China.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That ratchet is cool.
Well, no, I know it's made in China because I bought it and had my friend Cerakote it for him. So
I said, well, yeah.
If it's Icon, I think it's Taiwanese.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding, but No,
Hey,
I'm glad that worked
that's
out.
not a real place.
You know
It's
what?
cow-
I'm gonna make another one this year for No Name.
Oh, Juan.
Well, you
this
can't
is
make
another
another one of
perfect
these.
example.
It's got to be one of a kind. You should make a Canadian one.
Is
This
that
is
the
the
Gen 5?
small. This is the small half-inch ratchet or half-inch impact.
Mid torque. It's not the
Yep.
mid torque?
It's the one that's like 8 years old, so they might call it mid torque now. I've snapped the whole head off of this,
Mm-hmm.
and I put new bolts in it, and it still works.
Oh, yeah, because those things are more rebuildable than anyone could think of any brand. But
Yeah,
they're
Right.
made, their torque, their high torque things, high torque wrenches,
yeah.
they're the real deal.
Look, I do like this one. This is the 90-degree
Mhm.
grinder.
That's stronger than the M12,
Yep.
what you have in there.
And I run a diamond blade on this because I have respiratory issues, so I can't do with grinding discs. So I run a diamond blade on this, and I've had this diamond blade in there for 6 months, and I built this whole pole barn with it.
I'm not surprised. That's better than the, like I told you, and stronger than the M12, and
Yep.
probably cheaper. So
I
nothing
bought it
wrong
for
with
$90.
that. Yeah, they're.
Yeah, no,
That's why
and it's not going to be the same ratchet. It's going to be different. That's ratchet's yours.
But that's why I know Rigid makes good grinders. But since there's a deal on Acme tools, I do recommend you try it, and they have lifetime warranty too. Better.
You have
than
an
Rigid.
idea of what you're doing for No Name?
I hear Acme, and all I think of is Wile E. Coyote.
No, do you know what I'm saying to you, Dutch, or you want the link?
You send me the link.
Yeah, and the price is just awesome, and you wouldn't want to go back, but it's just because there's a deal on it. So because otherwise it will cost like 3 times of what it is. Let me check here.
I've got to get the ratchet, Dan, and then I'll figure out with my friend what he wants to do it, because he's doing the artwork, and I kind of, whatever he's feeling is what I'll probably do with that.
Is it going to be No Name National like themed, or?
I kind of wanted to do something like that, but I've got to get in touch with John, because it's really what it has to be. It has to be something I can make in a vinyl sticker form, or have made, so that he can actually apply it. Because that was an actual Stars and Stripes kit for a gun. He
Send
converted
it
to
private chat. Do you got it, Dutch? On the private chat, I put it.
Oh, on the private chat.
Mm-hmm.
Send it to me in an email.
Oh, you're getting difficult. What is your email?
DutchGuysGarage@gmail.com.
Speaking of that, Dutch, you mentioned the Volare. What scale is that at?
I got whatever scale you want. I got 124. I got 125. I have 164.
That's the one.
I have how many you want?
Yes. It depends on how many you'd like done, dude.
Well, I want to fuck with Chris, or screw with Chris. Sorry.
Don't fucking worry about it.
Fuck it.
God damn it! Watch your language.
Yeah.
I have a 65 Belvedere, so I'll give you the slant 6 out of that, and you can put it in there because I like to give Chris grief over that car.
Okay.
My sole job in life is to give Chris grief.
Yeah.
I think like that
That's
for
a goal
Dan.
I can get behind.
That's my life mission for Dan.
Yeah. Juan is the friendliest troll on earth, and Dan likes trolls, so they actually like each other despite all the bitching.
Grumpy is a troll.
Yeah. We're just sad because sometimes 6% feels left out and feels lonely, but life is not fair.
No,
So
you two can have your Barbie dentist princess house all together. You two can go over there and do your own shit.
Look, right? I'm just I gotta say it again. Trolls are the easiest way to grow a channel. All right, I gotta throw it out there.
I know, it's just not my thing, dude.
Any publicity is good publicity as long as you spell my channel name right.
I have had my fair share just doing the content that I do. I get more purists that are offended by the things that I do than anything in the world. I have 7 guys that email me every single video I make to either complain or praise.
You get death threats? I've gotten death threats.
I've gotten one. I cut up one of the Plymouth Richard Petty editions, the one they made 247 of, and I cut it up.
Oh, no.
And yep.
If you love a Dutch face, I don't think anyone would like to mess with that. That's the thing. I sent you the email. Let me know if you got it. Dutch.
Okay.
I don't know much about the regular car guys, but I'll tell you, man, some of the stuff I hear about when I chop up like a treasure hunt or something, man, diecast collectors are fucking violent.
They're as bad as tool guys.
Do what?
That's the worst 6%.
Guys are bad as tool guys.
Oh.
Did you got it?
I got it.
Did you look at it?
Not yet. I will though.
Everything included, charger and battery. The best battery you can have for that. You will thank me. You will thank me. Believe me.
So what you're saying is I got to send you some white lightnings to cut up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I don't think anybody else knows what a white lightning is.
I do.
Yeah.
White
lightning.
No,
it's
a white lightning it's a collector's item.
Yes, yeah, it's a collector's item, and that it's funny because the old guys, they'll argue. They're like, "There's only one of every 30 or every 37 made." I'm like, I think it's kind of rarer than that, but I don't know shit.
Yeah.
It's like a collector car that they like special wheels, special crap on a on a 164 scale car that Johnny Lightning makes. And there's the green light one. I can't remember what the hell the name is.
I can't remember what Green Lights is. I know Matchbox just started with one early 2022 called a Super Chase. I have a few of those over there. That's the only thing I collect. Mm-hmm. But even at that, I mean, if one of you guys commissioned me and it's sitting there on my pegs, I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I know nothing I own stays the way it is when I bought it. So
right. Yeah, I know, as evidenced by the Honda you sent me.
Yeah. Well, the real car's getting more destroyed than the one I sent you is, so.
There's going to be less Honda left of it than you sent me.
Oh, no, it'll be in, well, no, it'll take me to probably a little after the weekend, but it's just going to be a shell by next week. It's going to be nothing but some braces and a body shell with no front.
I'm from
what
Tennessee,
you should do.
This is not moonshine, old Mac. Thank you. So, but
what you should do is you should take metal pieces from the actual Honchero and have him put it into the diecast.
Well, that can be for the next one because this is Honchero version 1.
Yeah.
As it sat up until about 2 days ago.
Plastic.
When I make the final one, when I make it the rat rod with the Jeep engine in front and the 32 Ford front end, and it pisses everyone off because it's a rat rod, it's a Honda, and it's powered by a Jeep. Anyone like another one?
Wait, why are you making a diecast version of the shitty looking one?
Because we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, have you
gotta work with what you have?
Have you ever seen the Bratfink? That is as shitty as it gets.
No, I haven't, but now I have.
No,
there it is.
It's much shittier in person. I was parked next to it at No Name.
What is that?
That's a Subaru Brat. It's called the Brat Fink.
Wow.
Well,
It's
this will
worse
be
than-
done tomorrow.
It's worse in person, and he's got a 383 big block in it in the front. So
You got
It
to
is
watch
full-
Clint's stuff, man. Clint Street Machines, his stuff is awesome.
yeah, it is full Hot Wheels on steroids. It is a Hot Wheels car. He's got
Oh, hey,
33
wait. Did you
by 18
send
slick-
mine in the
Thompson.
mail? Like, should I be looking
No, I
for it or
haven't.
not yet?
I'm sorry. No, I haven't.
Okay, no, that's fine. It's just I never check my mail unless I'm expecting something. So
I
I
know.
haven't checked my mail in like a week. So
And I know that makes me sound horrifically unreliable, but we kind of got kicked in the nuts this last week. And I told you that I was going to send it last week. And
oh no, like I said, I don't care. It's just
And White Lightning is not moonshine in this instance, just so everybody knows.
Van Life, thanks you for the rigid thing. The rigid shop vac is still good, but now the DeWalt got ahead. It's basically the same power and less noisy. You can even talk while it's on. But I have the rigid shop vac. Of course, I use it, but if you're hunting for a new one, I would suggest the DeWalt because it's the same power and less noisy. That's it.
less noisy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just put it up for Dean's comment. He's saying he likes your glasses.
Oh, yeah, they're new. Thank you. I needed them.
Jesus Christ! Wait.
only you, Dean. Oh,
Dean is a special guy, definitely.
Well, let's see. He's got something.
that
Oh,
looks
just a
like
beard.
beard.
Yeah.
The way you were walking up, I thought you had something like you wanted to show off. Like, nope, just a beard. Oh, hold on. Dan's got some kind of carburetor-related bullshit. So, what do you got?
Velocity stack air cleaner.
His hat.
That's
He
just
had-
that's one of the new funnels for his new carburetor.
Oh yeah. Well, this is the turbo stack. This isn't even 4 carburetors. I had to crimp it outwards to make it fit over the carburetor.
So when
But
are
I
you going to make
believe
that?
this design is far superior than the old school big tall ones. I think this is the ticket right here, this donut.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's the size of donuts. Just
Is
Oh,
that-
we're gonna find out. I'm
Make it
sending
bigger.
this with for the flow test.
Oh, hold on.
So.
Now, is that for when your carburetor is constipated? It needs a donut.
Wouldn't a donut make it
Or hemorrhoid.
constipate?
If your carburetor
No.
has hemorrhoids, then you have to put it on that donut.
Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, I gotcha. Not the donut that goes in this one, but the donut you said. Yeah, gotcha.
No, hold on. Everybody's showing off carburetor parts. Let's see. Go on.
What?
That's what you need. Spreadboard adapters.
Oh well.
He's actually-
All right. Well,
I
let's
keep
just
showing
one
you
up
things
each other then.
that my carburetor should be that big.
All right, beat that.
I got one of those in the back of the wagon, but I got to get it out.
Oh, see, you should have had it next to you, like I always do,
Well,
right next to the fire stick.
Dutch has got a
Never mind, not next to
55-gallon
the
drum of
fire.
that shit in the back of the car.
Well, there's two things. Dan lives in an apartment, and his garage is inside of his living room, effectively. But and also,
Yeah.
he's making his own customized carburetor. He's calling the XMC, so he's actually recontextualizing the whole flow path of the carburetor.
Yeah, see here, look, living room, tunnel ram, just
Nice.
random
Oh,
fucking
YouTube.
car parts everywhere.
Man, look at that YouTube. No. Go back. Phil,
What?
put it back up
What?
there. Look at that giant YouTube poster of his own channel back here.
Oh yeah, right there.
No, it's
Damn
Not-
straight.
Narcissistic
himself. It's giant him, tiny name. That's Dan in a
Hey.
nutshell.
Giant
Self-advertising, all right? It's all about publicity. Yeah,
Mine's bigger.
Yeah,
wait until
but
you
mine
guys
has
see what's
me on
on
it,
right
so
here.
that's instantly cooler.
Yeah, and it is turned into a YouTube promotional dick waving contest for carburetor guys up there. So
Okay, well, all right.
Hold on.
Look, you
What
can use
else
that
I got?
and go right to the channel.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
That's actually my own custom logo.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, Dan's got himself his own hat, so he's running a little slower on the social shit.
I got Cleveland heads. They're heavy.
And now you have COVID and a hernia now. Nice.
That's true. God damn.
I've got a big, heavy head.
Oh God.
I'm
What?
just sitting down.
Look at the size of this thing, man.
That's
You
fine.
know what I'm spending on
Hold on,
hats?
when we see Dan's balls drop down in his pants after him trying to pick up an engine block or something.
No, we're gonna see just this little bolt.
White headers. All right.
I got a pair of those.
Oh, come on, Jesus Christ.
Even
I
the
got a candy
daddy
cane
stuff
drive
is-
shaft too.
You got a what?
Candy cane drive shaft.
I swear to God, I heard you say I have a Canadian drive shaft.
No, candy cane.
No, that just means it leaves the car.
I don't know what else to.
Yeah. They do
I
last.
have a shop vac, and I have another shop vac, and I have another shop vac. I have 3 different shop vacs for different things.
All right. What about?
Shop vac.
Ow.
I got an old school water pump, electric water pump. There.
What's that, show and tell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What? Just because you ain't got nothing to show, you all right?
Victor, you started this shit when you started showing off your Hot Wheels. It's just escalated.
Well, what do we got here now?
I got a stoplight converted into a Dodge Ram.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry about me. I won't show anything. More
Hold
than
on.
myself.
Well, no, we got to make you feel special, Juan.
Aw. Hey.
Yeah, Van Life
I got a
actually,
truck
El Dano has El COVID right now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. We got to zoom in again.
I have the spark plug socket I used on the Cutlass because I mean clearly you can see it was a pain in the ass to get that spark plug.
I'm sure that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, that's what most of Dan's tools look like. So, hold on.
And that's why you don't buy expensive tools.
No, that's why you don't buy expensive tools.
Except
That's why nobody should, because
All
all
right.
tools should look like mine.
A
All right.
younger and dumber Dutch had a 1971 340 original TA block, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
This is what you did to the rods.
Whoa!
That's a sculpture now.
Twisted and snap. That's cool.
Hey,
Oh,
you need to give that to Twisted Mopar Garage.
that's pretty.
Yeah.
I don't,
He's not running it right until Linda looks like that.
yeah.
It was only good to 7,000 RPMs,
sure.
and then 2
It does.
rods ejected out the side into the concrete. I found that
You found
rod
the problem.
embedded into the concrete.
ouch.
Yeah, you found the problem.
Yeah,
That's what I
it
got.
still ran on 6 cylinders. It was fine.
I don't know if I have anything to top that. That's
No, hold on. So,
Dan, you're already so screwed up that showing
living room
yourself
is my
is
living room,
enough.
I do have business cards with my QR code on them.
Nice.
And I ain't even got
What?
stickers yet. You guys all have your own QR codes and shit.
Hey, I
Enough.
already get you stickers.
No, I don't have my own stickers.
Oh, yeah, I'm not making any more of the Doberman stickers, so.
I figured.
yeah. I've got stickers. It's just not on me.
I will say, just that QR code alone, every show I go to, I pick up like 40 to 50 subscribers from it.
Hey,
I got Bowie knife.
Nice.
speaking of,
Can we go to knives now?
Yeah.
Are we
Dan
off the
has a
car
lot-
I
subject?
only got guns, so we'll probably get taken off for that.
Yeah, I know, but basically, Dan has a lot of compensation weapons. His knife is really big. His gun's really big. He's compensating for something.
that's exactly
I'm
what
really
I said.
big.
His carburetor looks huge.
So fun fact, I have it in the house. I had, when I was younger and dumber and had a lot of money, there was a guy in Alaska that will make you a big boy gun, is what he calls it. I have a 10-foot long rifle.
Is it a punt gun?
It shoots Roman candles.
I thought
But
you
it's
actually had
10 feet
something
long.
with a modern punt. You know what I'm saying with a punt gun, right? Where it's basically a 15-foot long shotgun you mount to a boat to
Yeah,
hunt with.
yeah. This one just shoots Roman candles, though.
It's like a potato launcher with flare.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time. We need to go up to Michigan and hang out with Dutch.
You never played
in
Roman
with
candle
fan.
tag?
I didn't hear you, Dutch.
You never played Roman candle tag?
I'm
No.
too fat, too old, and I am not kind to my lungs. No.
I don't know what he said.
We can shoot him at one. I bet you
He's
he'd run
shooting Roman candles at you, Juan. That's what he's basically saying. Tag you're in. There's a flaming projectile coming at you.
Well, look, all right. We weren't assuming you were always fat and old. You must have been young and fat at least once in your
Actually, sir, I still hold the school record for leg press. I played football for 4 years, and I played.
Well, yeah, because you stood up every day.
Everyone that says that it was an athletic or football thing, they
I'm
all
sorry.
mess up. And you
This
look
is the
messed
first
up.
time I've been assaulted on camera, and it was you.
I hold the record. I still hold the record for the leg press. Yeah, it's because you stood up.
Am I the youngest one here?
I think Scott's got us all.
Guys, somebody just said something about did somebody lose signal or something?
Where? Not me.
I heard somebody say, am I the only one here?
Oldest. Somebody said,
okay, sorry.
I said, I think you got us. I got 44 here, 45 in May.
30.
I'll be 47 in May, but my bones are in their 80s, so I win no matter what. So
Dutch, you're 30?
Yeah.
I'm 29.
Oh.
No
Still
way
in my
you're
rocky 20s.
You're not 29, Dan.
Yeah.
You're 29?
Yeah. What? How old did you think I was?
40.
What?
Thank you, Juan.
Wow.
You look
Jesus
messed
Christ.
up. You look messed up,
It's
Dan.
the beard. It's the beard.
It's the beard.
He said you look messed up, Dan.
Well, I know, but you didn't have to say it. You don't have to state the obvious.
I had a guy talking to me the other day, and he was talking about the Reagan election, and he's like, "Oh, you remember that, don't you?" No,
No. I don't.
no, I was fucking 3 when he was elected. No, I don't even remember that shit.
But if I shaved my beard off, then I would look like, I was still a teenager. So
29, the way you speak,
When I shave my beard off, I look like a hairless old man.
Oh, and real quick before I forget, DNS said he apologized for having to leave, but he's got to scoot and go to work in the morning. That's why he took off so quick. So
yeah, we understand.
yeah, we heard that.
I know, but he always likes to make sure everybody heard it because he doesn't like to just cut and run, but he's got to because he's got to get up at the butt crack of dawn and go drive heavy metal around.
Mm-hmm.
Old McDonald says he's 63. You doing watching us all us next generation folks?
No, he's supporting Michigan-based entertainment.
Yeah, and Ohio.
You don't count. You're just a fucking speed trap that's way too long. That's all Ohio is.
Wow.
Oh.
If I cared about flatlands and windmills, then I would actually care about Ohio.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, so I don't know if you know this, Dutch, but I was actually raised up there by you.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah. So
Not by Dutch, but by Dutch.
Yeah. Not Dutch didn't raise me. I was raised around where Dutch lives.
Thanks for the clarification.
Well,
my
Scott needed it.
My great grandparents actually came from the Netherlands on both sides. Three generations ago.
It was my grandmother and my grandfather that moved here during World War II. So, yeah, they didn't like Nazis very much.
Yeah, no, not an Elmer Fudd gun. It's something different, Dean.
Yeah, my great grandpa got murdered on a train, as far as I know.
Well, everybody knows what Myers is, probably. Most people know what Myers is. So Fred Meyer, the original founder of Meyer, he actually courted my great-grandmother. And she didn't want to marry him because he was Dutch, and she didn't want to be with another Dutch guy.
That was a big mistake because Myers, like, what, the second biggest shopping center or second biggest Michigan-based conglomerate in the state?
Yep.
So instead, she married 3 more Dutch guys. She was widowed 3 times.
Damn.
Wait, didn't Fred Meyer live into his 90s?
Well, it was actually funny because they hadn't seen each other since they were teenagers, right? And we went to the Frederick Meyer Gardens, which was like the Meyer, their fancy place to show off all their wealth. And we went there. I want to say it was the mid 2000s, and Fred recognized my great grandmother, and he treated us to the fanciest freaking dinner in the world, and they talked like they were teenagers. And he was still chasing her in their 90s.
He was definitely interested.
That's awesome.
It just took him that long to catch her with those wooden fucking shoes.
Well, originally the original Myers started in Greenville, Michigan, and that was back when they only had the one store. And my family owned a butcher shop like 10 miles away. They used to buy all their meat from my family's butcher shop, and that's how far away they strayed back then. You went and seen this girl and her dad every day to buy meat, so we're going to court that girl to get a cheaper price on meat.
So my grandpa was born before his dad got murdered on the train, and then his mom took him and his brother to the streets of Chicago, dropped him off and said, "Good luck," and drove off and abandoned them on the streets of Chicago as children. And then my grandpa grew up to be kind of a hard ass.
I can see that.
Yeah, as you do.
Yes. Yeah, he'd steal coal out of train cars to burn at night, and he joined the Army and the Navy, and he had a big Army tattoo here, big Navy tattoo here, and he drove truck, and yeah. Then he died from cancer when I was 8, so
wow,
didn't really know him. What's the word for it? Disowned my mother because she married my dad, and my dad came from a poor family, and they weren't about that. So,
no.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not trying to pick, but it sounds like your grandpa was an asshole.
Yes.
He stated that.
Yeah, but it happens a lot when you get destroyed as a kid. It tends to make you kind of a douche.
Yeah. So
it sounds like he was Lutheran. Lutheran are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually. Other than the fact that my grandpa didn't die of cancer, he was in the Army and the Navy. He basically, every one of his stories were, I got blown up or almost killed when. Like he was a pipe fitter, got blown 30 feet off a pipe. But yeah, the same kind of grew up on the working on the docks as a kid, was a thug for the Irish mob, that kind of stuff. All of his brothers got killed working security at the docks. So.
See, my grandpa never talked about his time in the military until he was dying, and then he had some regrets, I think. Some of the things he's done.
Mm-hmm. My grandfather was too far gone my whole childhood, but my dad never talked about Vietnam. Never. A lot of things he didn't like. He was still carrying shrapnel in his arm.
Well, that could be worse. My father talked about Vietnam all the time, and it turned out everything he said was bullshit.
That's why he talked all the time.
Wow.
My great grandfather actually got us started in the Chrysler stuff because he was a tank mechanic in World War II, and the tanks back then had a Hemi, and he came back from the war. Before that, he was a Chevy guy, and he came back from the war and said, "I live because of Hemis, so we're going to be a Chrysler family," and that's when we all started buying Chrysler products. And my grandfather, he went to Vietnam and Korea and got stationed both times in Germany. And he bought a Jaguar when he was in Korea, and then bought a Mini Cooper when he was in Vietnam. And he road raced both of them.
Hey, he kept it British no matter where he was. So
yeah,
I believe this was my great grandfather's on the one who got murdered side. Came from that side of the family, from what I've just been in the family for a long time.
It's a bayonet.
Yeah, that's a bayonet.
No, it's not. It's a steel. Sharpening steel.
Sharpener.
yeah, I thought I assumed it was a fire poker or sharper. It didn't look like it was a tri-load like the old bayonets.
Oh yeah, the ones that wouldn't heal up. Or wouldn't close up.
I thought that was a dominatrix or something.
No.
I was like, wow.
No, and it is really weird watching Gumby talk to me on your icon there, functional histories.
Well, I don't figure anybody wants to watch me one eat or two work on this freaking 3D printer. So.
Oh God! Now you're gonna need that pretty soon. You keep this up, Dan.
Or not. This was, I think, my great grandpa's cane. I don't know, from my dad's side of the family.
Jesus Christ! Did they have canes in caveman times? What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, look how short this guy was.
You come from a line of little people?
People were shorter.
Knowing you, Dan, I'm extremely surprised there's not a sword in that cane.
There's not. But yeah, no. Apparently, this guy was a really ornery guy. Like he got, what was it? I think he got ran over, and like his back was never the same. So he grown to be really, really angry at everybody and everything because of how much pain he was in the rest of his life.
Yeah. At least your family has a reason to be pissed. They're not just dicks on purpose. Like there's a reason that made them dicks.
Well, everyone's got a reason. It's just whether or not it's a good one.
No, some people are just assholes because they're assholes.
Yeah, like me.
Ha! Beats to it.
I like this guy. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I will make you feel better. Oh, what? Oh, I didn't get to feel better. I didn't get to finish the sentence.
It said my stepdad survived D-Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what battles or anything any of my grandparents were. I never got told any stories or anything on it. I do know that my grandpa, my dad's dad, was on a Navy ship. He was in the Navy, and he got kamikaze planed. I did hear that story.
Do you happen to know which battle? Like if I were to say it,
no idea, not a clue. I couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about any details.
You can find out what ship he was on. I can, because I love Pacific Naval engagements.
Oh, I got one.
Guy? I might.
I won 2 years ago. Mobile, Alabama. They have the whole Navy shipyard there. I won a contest 2 years ago, and so my wife and I, when we went on our honeymoon, she wanted to go to the beach, and I wanted to go to a car show, and we were going to get a rental car. We were going to rent a Challenger, but we were still in our 20s, so rental cars are rather expensive. We're going to do a 7-day vacation. So I told her, I said, let's take the money we're going to put in a rental car. Let's put it in one of the other cars. So I took my 1978 Dodge Aspen Super Coupe that had been sitting for 35 years, and I put all the money for the rental car into the car. And we drove it 2,400 miles there and back, and we won the contest where we got to park on the deck of the USS Alabama.
Dude.
Right underneath the 16 guns.
Nice.
I've got to go see one of the Iowas before I die, man.
The Iowa class battleships are just amazing. Just
yeah. I mean, even now, there's what a work of art.
I know. Just the guns on them. Just to be, just imagine yourself on the deck of that, firing those guns. Imagine the percussion. Just the percussion on those. You're firing 55-gallon drum missiles.
Right. Oh, have you ever heard? I think it was the Nevada. It might have been the Wisconsin. Have you ever heard the story of Temper?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the Nevada. I think it was the Nevada. If I'm wrong, please, nobody in the later comments get mad at me. I know it was one of the Iowas. Anyway. No, actually, I think I'm pretty sure it was the Wisconsin. Anyway, so they're on a patrol in Korea, I think. And
I will lean off the dot.
What?
Go ahead. Lean off the dot.
One of these Korean shore batteries took a shot at it, punched a hole through the wooden deck, which was only like I think 8 inches, and it was this little fortified island. It's got like concrete bunkers and batteries that can actually hit a battleship. So the Wisconsin turned all of her guns onto this thing and leveled the island. And the ship that was with them, it flashed the light signal, and all that they got from that signal was temper. Love that story, man.
Well, yeah, you don't fuck around with an Iowa class ship.
No, dude. Even nowadays, are you willing to fly a plane at something that's going to obliterate your plane as it passes by?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those guys have balls of steel.
Yeah. Definitely.
I kind of figured that we were going to make a connection on the battleship stuff. That's cool.
Oh, it was so we were leaving for the trip. We were going to leave on Wednesday, or the car show was on Friday. So we were leaving on Wednesday. And I got a call Monday night from a number I did not recognize. Normally I don't answer phone numbers I don't recognize. It was from the Louisiana Car Club president. This guy talks to me in the thickest Louisiana, like St. Louis accent you could actually ever imagine. And I'm like
the coach from Waterboy.
Yeah. And he's going, you won. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And so I'm talking to him, and he's like, you won. You get to be on the ship. And I said, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And he's like, well, if you register for the car show, you got to be in the contest for the show. And I was like, I don't know anything you're talking about. He says, you won. He says, your car gets to be on the deck of the USS Alabama. We allow one car on there a year is what the museum allows. Your car gets to be on there.
Dude.
And I'm like,
what
okay.
a freaking honor, man.
So I'm talking to the guy, and he says, where were you coming from? I said, well, Michigan. He says, oh, Michigan City, Alabama. That's about an hour and a half away. You got a short trip.
No.
Michigan. I said, the state. And he says, we never had anybody come that far. He says, what are you driving again? I said, well, 1978 Dodge Aspen. And he says, oh, so you got a long trailer ride. I said, no, we're driving it. It's sat for 35 years. He says, no offense, but we're going to line up a backup car in case you don't make it. And then he invites me to the group. There's a Facebook group for the car club. And he says, I want you to update us every step of your journey going to this show. And so my wife did what he said. You know, we took pictures in Nashville. We took pictures in Kentucky. You know, we stopped at Cooter's place. You know, every place along the way. This car had 17,000 original miles on it, and it got parked for 35 years.
Jeez.
And so we took pictures every step of the way and just updated this little group about it. And
I'm listening.
We pulled in there, and you'd think we were freaking David Freiberger. There was people lined up all alongside the road. It's the honeymooners. They were cheering and just screaming. I'm like, yeah, we made it. And we pull into the show, and we talk to the guy, and he's like, I know exactly who you are. We can't believe you freaking made it, for one. He says, you got 2 hours. You got to get your car ready to put on the deck. So we got the car cleaned up. We just drove 1,200 miles. And so there's bugs everywhere, you know, and so we clean the whole car up. It's a piece of crap. Mechanically, it's brand new, but the rest of it is a piece of crap. So I clean, you know, we lost half of the paint on the hood. So it had orange coming through the hood when the rest of the car is black. I took the hood off in the hotel parking lot, and I rattle canned it against a palm tree just so I could pull it on deck of the freaking ship.
That's awesome, dude. That's killer.
That's a nice story.
We pulled it up there, and we got to have a Southern-style Louisiana crawfish dinner on deck of the USS Alabama with our car on deck. And there was people lining up to take pictures with our freaking car.
Huh.
Nothing. It's a piece of junk, you know, late 70s car. And these people, we want to get pictures with a honeymooner's car. And they all heard the story, and they all heard the tale. And even the guy with the car club, he says, you guys are meant to win this year. It's your honeymoon. You know, there is 1,000, I think it was 1,200 cars that were in this competition to get on deck, and we won. And they were all they made us a part of their club. They did all this stuff, and they're like, you guys are supposed to win this year.
That's killer, dude.
And it was amazing. Just the car club, they put on the best show, and we sat on deck of the US Alabama. We ate a crawfish dinner. They sent a ship out into the Gulf. They set fireworks off, and we sat there with our car on our honeymoon with just on the greatest battleship probably of Iowa class out there.
That's a great story. What a great story. I don't even dare to talk.
I did nothing but argue and regret life choices on my honeymoon.
Foggy and I still haven't been on one. So I heard you say you stopped at Cooter's.
We did. I stopped at Cooter's. The car was disgustingly dirty. We got backtracked down a horrible dirt road. So the car was all covered in fucking southern red clay. We pulled into Cooter's, and it just looks like you hood slid across the car, and we're ready to go.
I met Wopat last year, actually November of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Good dude, man. Like him. He was calm. But I'll tell you what, man, Catherine Bach is sweet as she can be.
Really?
Yeah. And you would think, you know, being on the TV for as long as she was, and the instant fame and all that stuff, she'd probably hate the Dukes, but she's all about it.
Here, Juan, since I got your email pulled up, I'm going to send you a picture so you can show it. Because I don't know how to do that part on this computer.
Show it here. Let me check.
That's pretty cool, McDonald.
Okay.
I mean, except for Star Trek 4. I mean, the rest of it's pretty cool. No, I'm a Trekker too, man. I freaking love Trek, but oh god, we're gonna go back in time and save some fucking whales. Woo!
When Scott give me permission. Let me put it
I
here.
don't have anything to give you permission. There we go.
Let me check if I can make it bigger on my end. Do you guys are seeing it?
Yeah.
That's just awesome.
They have a concrete approach to the battleship, and my headers actually got stuck on a cut right before we got on deck. And I had my wife get out. I unloaded all the tools from the freaking car and all the parts, and I 2-footed the car so I could raise the suspension. And it was either going to do a burnout on the concrete ramp to the USS Alabama, or was going to get on the freaking deck. I got on the deck.
You should have
That
done both.
looks so cool. That's a great picture.
That is an amazing picture.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let me.
Those barrels, they take a 55-gallon drum-sized missile.
Oh, the barrels.
Yeah, 16-inch guns, man. They don't mess around.
They don't.
What was it? 20,
Too big.
2,600-pound shell travels 22 miles.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Just to be on deck of that part of history was just so honoring. It was amazing. And to be a part of it on our honeymoon was something we'll never, ever forget.
But that car I like the look of it, so you describe it as a piece of junk. You should go out to the marketplace here in Tennessee and see real junk.
I had to replace both subframes for 8 feet on both sides of the car.
Wow.
Trust me, Juan, we live in Michigan. We know what junk is.
Yeah.
It sat on a concrete floor for 35 years, and the moisture crept up. And he allowed it to sit on flat tires, so the moisture just crept it up even further.
Somebody's ringing.
I got to take.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I'm gonna. If you go, there you go. Great picture there, and the guys look. I check a car like that versus a new one from the dealer any day.
Oh, I wouldn't own anything new anyway. The newest car I think I'd own would probably be like a 2011 Crown Vic or something.
I like the platform. The Panther platform.
Oh yeah, the Panther's a good car.
So sad that I'm seeing it like they're selling it, but I know they're dying. That's why they're selling it. They say it's a good car, but 300 miles. I know if he hasn't been treated right, he's gone.
Well, guys, I hate to cut you short. I got to go to work.
Hey,
take care.
Get a hold of me on my email. It's on my About page so that we can take care of Chris.
Yeah, and Dutch also has his email on his About or his information on YouTube. In case you want to do what is going on with you and the property,
yeah,
they can get a hold of you.
Yeah, we'll spread the word for you, brother.
You know, I do think it's time to. It's midnight, so it's way past when I figured we'd be done. So
no problem.
I think we'll probably
good time to call it.
Thank you so much for coming on, Dutch. Thank you, NGG. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Functional Histories, Vic. I appreciate everybody hanging out in the chat. Thank you all so much. Hope to see you guys next week. Thanks, everybody.
Later.
See you.